Most High.
Yeah, but me, Mutabaruka, no believe that.
And physically, so you can't go.
Alright, you're not listening to me, I say no.
Get and go few man do it.
You're not listening to me, I say no man no do it. No man no do it. You go in there, the alligator them damn you.
Yeah, but if you have them with that,
I don't know no man will go in there so because the first them tell me say don't face the alligator, the crocodile, because they will attack you. Because they will feel threatened. Yeah, I'm not going into no place.
Why?
With 100 crocodile in I because I'm not foolish.
Yeah, but you see, the most I make you want you to control everything.
No, Bridget, don't talk damn foolishness on the radio, man. If a man, you could have got in a little more. When me have my dog, my Ancestral dog, and it's my Rottweiler, and me train him to bite you, come in at the yard and see what happened to you. You could have got in a little more.
Well, you know, go Africa, what day, and you go, step alligator, so they never do nothing.
Because I did what the man tell me must do. If I never do it, tell me must do.
You control nature.
No, I don't control nature. Well, you know, we want some rain in Jamaica. Tomorrow, you pray and make rain come. Anyway, we have to move because we can't take them foolishness, you know. You end the program with some foolishness. Call it about, you know. So when we realize it now, we see the same youth, them who grow big in them 20s and things. I say, boy, Muta, we did have it like a madman, you know. And now, them don't have it like a madman because they might invite me to come to them college and them university to come talk to the other youth them. So, what a thing. The stone that the builder refused. That's how it goes. Yeah, we have a very interesting interview for do at 11 o'clock, you know. We have a group of Jamaicans living in the States where actually produce a series of, what them call it now, shampoos, conditioners, shampoos, ear oil, all the different things. And them use Jamaican herbs and roots to create these things. And me I tell you, I never know say this thing did about, even though them tell me say a long time they might do it, but I have never seen it in no store in Jamaica. Well packaged, look like foreign product. Like if you see it by yourself, that thing say is a foreign. When it's really a foreign thing still, but it's Jamaican I do it in a foreign. But you know say it's some Jamaican behind it. And we always like facilitate these kind of industry and these kind of programs because sometimes, you know, hear about the negativity all the while and negativity outweigh the good things too. Is that truth? There's more negatives that go on as Jamaica, you know, than positive. So we have to dig deep to find the positive. So how come these ones were produce these conditioners, shampoos, ear oil, this and that? We're going to talk to them because we find the story very interesting and intriguing. This is the Cutting Edge on RFM.
We are the ones, we've been waiting.
We are the ones we've been waiting for. Serious message. You know, a couple years ago, well, more than a couple still, we had this interview with Mr. Ian Boyne, and I made a statement that I am my ancestor, and my ancestor is I. And the man shove it off and I say semantics. We must come with me semantics. I hope him remember that, you know. But these are the things that we say philosophically, and people, because them see it a come from the mouth of a Rasta man, them feel say, instead of them look into it, them shun it off. Now here's a song that say, we are the ones we've been waiting for. I wonder how Mr. Boyne would see that statement. We are the ones we've been waiting for. I am my ancestor and my ancestor is I. If there was no me, there wouldn't be any ancestor. If it was no ancestor, there wouldn't be me, there wouldn't be I. So, we recognize the philosophy and the African philosophy created by African people must be recognized. Because if it don't recognize, we're going to turn to other nations philosophize our reality and our consciousness and then become slaves in our mind and our thinking. We are the ones we've been waiting for. Serious thing. We want to hail up Andrea Davis. Andrea Davis, for 20 years, have been keeping this Reggae Day celebration. And we see over the years, I don't know if it's a fault of she, or it's just that these people in the corporate Jamaica don't recognize the impact that it can have to really go behind a Reggae Day. And we have always maintained that. I remember one Reggae Day we was talking to Andrea Davis on this program, and I said to her, imagine the guys them in authority bring up a reggae month, and the Reggae Day was dead. Reggae Day did it from my boy face them foot bottom, them name Damian Crawford. Cause Reggae Day at 20 years old. Damian Crawford, I mean, anyway, I know Damian Crawford turned it in a Reggae Day, you know, Bruce Golden. But them continue the journey with it, this government. But when we really say is that, why couldn't they recognize Reggae Day and put it in combination with what was there already? Why did they have to create a new thing when something else was there that represent the same thing that they want to represent? All them have to do is look at Andrea Davis and say, Andrea Davis, we're going to incorporate more days into what you call Reggae Day and see how we can expand reggae music on a next level. But no, what them do, them disregard fair things because none of them recognize Reggae Day. None of these political people recognize Reggae Day. I have not heard, maybe somebody can call and tell me, I have not heard any one of the leaders or any one of the minister, whether Babsy Grange or Lisa Anna, came out and commend the idea of a Reggae Day that facilitate a journey of our music and take it all over the world. Because all over the world, people celebrate Reggae Day. I mean, in some countries where some youth play some music on the radio station, them recognize Reggae Day. How the hell we so backward? Me not hear nobody. I mean, pardon me if it was said and I didn't hear it. But at this point in time, I not hear no of these people come out and say, we want to really back this day that has been there for 20 years. Them start a thing named Reggae Month, right slam bam, in a Black History Month, and then I disregard Black History Month. One of their own come out and say that Black History Month is not relevant. It's an American thing. I don't know where them people get them idiot talk from. Oh, Black History Month must be an American thing. You know what is American thing? American thing is what them celebrate with them turkey. Halloween. That is an American thing. Eat turkey is an American thing. Oh, we don't complain about Boxing Day. What the hell Jamaica have to do with Boxing Day? Oh, you don't hear nobody come out and say, why we are celebrate Boxing Day? What is the relevance of Boxing Day to our people who supposed to be independent? But so it is. These nearsighted people, them put Reggae Day, Reggae Month in a Black History Month, and then now I try till we say Reggae Month, I mean Black History Month is not relevant. Just like how the guy come up and say, Denbigh Show is the only national celebration that will take place during Emancipation Day, because Denbigh Show is the hallmark of our emancipation celebration. You don't believe me? Well, we're going to come forward. Yeah. Cutting edge. Yeah, we talk about the statement where Senator Norman Grant make about Emancipation Day, and when him talking for the government, time say there'll be no other national event that will celebrate Emancipation Day but Denbigh. So they are fusing Emancipation Day with the Denbigh jerk chicken, jerk pork, jerk this, jerk that, Chinese, this and Chinese that are selling at the place. I was saying it last week, you know, we are wondering if the Minister of Agriculture do have somebody that vet the sellers inside of that place. Because it's a disgrace. It's a disgrace for God to show that is supposed to be showcasing the strength and beauty of our agro-industry and agricultural sector, and going there to find people that sell made in China this and made in China, like the Bendong Plaza thing. How the hell Bendong Plaza people get into a Denbigh show? Is there no one that is vetting this thing? Why is there so much jerk this and jerk that? There's more jerking going on in there than twisting. I mean, really, when you go in at the place, it smoke up. The place smoke up. It's like when the smoke go lick, it's like you eat a whole heap of jerk chicken. All me, I won't eat nothing jerk. Me come out here and feel like me did I eat all jerk pork. The way the place jerky. You know about the jerky. You know, be like, really? You think they have Boston Jerk Center? I mean, we not say it with no animosity. We just say that there should be some criteria for selling in that place. It cannot be that you're celebrating the agricultural industry and you have people selling things in there that don't have nothing to do with the agricultural industry. As a matter of fact, there are more stalls and booths in Denbigh that don't have nothing to do with agriculture than things that have something to do with agriculture. How the hell is that possible? How the hell is that possible? And now we hear them tell you now, say, well, you know, we used to keep Emancipation Day on the 1st, but you know, we have fused Emancipation Day with the jerk-up place. We have fused Emancipation Day with the Bendong Plaza thing, with them called Denbigh Show. A guy can't get me to go back at that, you know. No, me can't go back at that, Rasta. Me embarrassed started because I go out all the place and look for something. I mean, me say like a man where I make some money or with some this and that, and me see some people that sell some normal thing like where I say a market, a little booth. But rows and rows and rows and rows of Chinese goods, of American this and American that. My gosh, man, why can't I do something right, Rasta? We can't do something right. But the guys, them were up there. Them not have no esoteric nature. I mean, really. Them not have no pedigree. You mean say a pure mongrel? No Alsatian, no. I mean, really. We must do the things proper, man. If we have to do the thing, we do it proper, man. You have Denbigh Show, as what I thought Denbigh Show was a show that showing off Jamaican agricultural products, Jamaica agricultural industry, Jamaica farmers, Jamaica livestock, Jamaica, all scientific innovations in agriculture and agro-industry. I think that was what Denbigh Show was about. I never know, say, is where me go say, is that me I say. So, me don't know with this talking, somebody out there will say, a true Muta attack, you know, we should have really vet the thing better than that. Because I hear the man I say, my plan for 80 to 100,000 people for reach there, you know. Like how them now have no celebration about Emancipation Day. Nah, go work. It's not going to work. We're try to get out Black History Month. We're not getting out Emancipation Day. We're not getting out Black History Month neither because we who they write us up are going to make sure so the people them remember Black History Month and remember Emancipation Day. We are going to make sure of that. We now come and fight. And the senator, a joke, him a joke. After them take it off of the calendar, and we going to make it go back on the calendar. We make that go back on the calendar and be a public holiday. And now a guy come go like him want fuse it up with some little madness when I have no, I mean, really. We now come and fight. We now come and fight. We want the people them who recognize that this is a direct attempt. It's a direct attempt, whether consciously or unconsciously, to get rid of the things them that relate to the liberation and the structure of black people and make black people feel like something are going for them. That is what it is. It is directly something like that, whether consciously or unconsciously. Like Dorothy says unconsciously neither. Dorothy says unconsciously neither. I think there's a deliberate attempt by this government especially to wipe out the blackness that is rising up in the consciousness of the people them. Yes, that's why them tolerate certain things and then, you know, it's like a man close the gate when the ass gone through and I try to lock the gate and I talk about them or catch back the ass. And that him a do. Them have a youth get up and tell us that Black History Month is not relevant because Black History Month is an American idea. And look how much blouse and skirt things we have in Jamaica with American idea. Oh, nobody now quiet about that. Them have all people them celebrate Halloween now. Oh, nobody now talk about that. Christmas, Easter, Valentine's Day. Most of the things that we are celebrate now have nothing to do with what we create in our own cultural expression and our African heritage. And guy come tell us say Black History Month as some American thing and it's not relevant because that was the time when black people was trying to find themselves and them never see nothing around them that represent them. We don't see nothing around we represent we. Because everything when we see around we, I said European thing around we, and now Chinese coming out now too. So we have a duplicity of colonialism that take place right now. Where we have the Americanization of our food, clothes, and everything. All the way we do sex now. It's American. Usually we was very innovative in our sexual expression, Jamaican style. Now we turn to America and we get so Americanized now that anything goes or anything come. And that is the relationship we have now with America, which is the same people who to them is American. It's the same people who did live Europe, the British Isles, running from religious persecution, find themselves in America and kill off the Native American them and take with them land and control it. And now I tell the Native American them and the Mexican them, say them is alien. When we know, say, Mexico, Texas was part of Mexico, California was part of Mexico, and them come now and make borders and make wall and declare themselves Americans and everybody else is outside of that border. And we create Black History Month to recognize the contribution of black people and to remind the people them, that black people contribute enough to history and world history and civilization. And that is a time when we feel, say, nobody talk about the shortness of the month and them thing, but at least one man, Carter Goodison, did get up and said, this is what we're going to do. It's a black man said that. It's a black man get up with that and say that. And when I look at him as an American black man, because Bob Marley influenced the whole world, and nobody not saying, well, I mean, Bob Marley influenced me, not a Jamaican. Marcus Garvey influenced America. Marcus Garvey is one of the most influential black men in America, to the point where you're looking at the books them. black history books will come out of America and them talk about famous black men. Marcus Garvey did there. And nobody that said, "Chow, we not celebrate Marcus Garvey, you know, because Marcus Garvey come from Jamaica." This year make it 100 years since the UNIA. And all over the world, people are going to celebrate the 100th anniversary of the Universal Negro Improvement Association, created by Marcus Garvey from St. Anne. And the people all over the world is celebrating it, and no one is saying that, well, I mean, I celebrate Marcus Garvey thing, you know, it's a Jamaican thing. Jamaican which thing? Jamaican don't even know if we celebrate it. Because we don't hear them say nothing. We don't hear the government say nothing about the UNIE and the 100th anniversary of the UNIE. Away, we're up on the ground, you saw. We're up on the ground, where them have plight pass and a switch pass, like so we're not important. I remind the people them, consciously I remind the people them, say, look here, this year, 100th anniversary of the UNIA, Marcus Garvey, the first of August, Emancipation Day. Meanwhile, them round at the corner, they pull it out, and I say, yeah, we're going to celebrate independence from July, go right down to the 6th. Hey, you take them easy. I hear the Minister of Culture say that this year, they're going to extend the independence celebration from July to the 6th of August, where everything going to flap, blap, blap, right on the 6th of August. I'm going to hear them mention nothing about the 100th anniversary of the UNIA, which was founded by our first national hero, Marcus Mosiah Garvey. And we there saw talk about it. And when you look at all the internet places, them all over the world, people are geared up to celebrate that. The 17th of August is Marcus Garvey's birthday. You hear anybody at them not mention nothing about that now. This year is a very important year. But them have time to come and tell you, say, right now, Denbigh show is the only national thing that will take place for emancipation. Terrible people, them Denbigh show is the only national thing that will take place for emancipation. Terrible people, them terrible. Everything what black people come up with, you see them black people, them like old slaves. And go like them are no old slave. Them is old slave. Jacket and tie slave. And that me call them bossy slave. Them bossy all the while and go like to never do thing for the people them. And all them do is care about the people them backward. Backward, but Denbigh is supposed to be the only celebration for Emancipation Day. I wonder if him sit down and think on that. I wonder if him hear we attack, or somebody tell him, say, boy, you want to hear them go on for RFM about what you say. I wonder if him really look back by the time just get arrogant. Because sometimes them people there, instead of them looking to what you say, you know, them get arrogant and more terrible against what you are saying and talk against you rather than listen to the message. Sometimes they don't throw with the messenger. And through them throw the messenger and nobody listen to the message. But if them could have only stop and be humble, not because them have power. If them could have just humble themselves and look into what we are saying. And no say what we are saying. And nothing for go against nothing more than say, look here. We not tell nobody if it's not celebrate Denbigh, you know, because Denbigh is a thing, a national event. But it's two things may I say about Denbigh. Denbigh can't take the space of Emancipation Day. And the people who keep Denbigh show must vet all of the things that we are coming there. To make it be an authentic agricultural show. That sound like me a fight? Tell me if that sound like me a fight, you know. Because if me not sound like me a fight, and when me I say sound like something which can make the thing better, then why them not listening and them hear? them not listening, but them hear what we are say. Me know so them hear what we are say because more than 1 week we talk about it. More than 1 week we talk about it. We are say they must have a justification for the sellers in Denbigh Shore that there is no Chinese product unless the Chinese product is a new kind of way for plant food to make you get 1 million orange off an orange tree where it does grow. And then you can say, well, I don't like that tree that's still, but it's part of the whole thing. But really and truly, we can't be having the same thing that we are seeing at Bendong Plaza in a Denbigh Shore. Me sound like me vindictive. Me don't think so. Me don't think so. Can you imagine me have a show? I deal with electronics and the new things in electronics. And when you go in there, you see shoes are selling there. Different kind of Adidas and this. What shoes have to do with the electronics equipment? Unless the shoes is a new kind of shoes we have some DVD in there where something there. Yeah, that's what I say, Brian. Yeah. But if you go a expo for the innovations in DJ equipments, you're supposed to say CD player, DV mixers and all these things and computer that can make all the music play without you touch nothing and all these things. You're not supposed to go in there and say people that sell lipstick and fingernail. What kind of place that? What kind of place that? Eh? You go on bad. Would I go on bad? If you go in a place like that, and most of the things that you say don't have nothing to do with electronics. If you go to an electronics show, would you like to go to a car show? And most of the things they don't have nothing to do with car. It's terrible. Well, that me I tell you about Denbigh. You go at Denbigh show, and most of the things in there don't have nothing to do with agriculture. Nothing. So all we are trying to do is make the thing better. Don't watch how me push the thing, you know. Because sometimes maybe it's how me articulate the thing that get people nervous and get people to say, hey, me I listen to them boy there, you know. They love to talk about barefoot boy, put on shoes, put on no blouse and skirt. When I put on my shoes, I go, so what I go cuss me about? Them say that barefoot boy, say, you think me not know someone say that? Me have spies all over the place. I listen to you. Talk about that barefoot boy. He can't talk some foolishness on the radio. Say, well, me not think me talk foolishness. Me not think me talk foolishness. I mean, nah, come on, fight. Anyway, we are go back to Andrea Davis now. Can you remember say that you see it? I go around for come back round, you know. Now, I don't know how Andrea Davis advertised this thing, yeah? But I think that what I saw last night at the Pegasus Hotel was one of the most innovative experience I have ever had as it relates to reggae music in Jamaica. And when I say innovative now, I say seriously innovative, because sometimes you look for a music performance by an artist and you say, boy, the artist they do good tonight. Him really do good. But what I saw last night that was presented by the, well, as I say, Andrea Davis on our July 1st Reggae Day is one of the most innovative things I've ever seen any producer do. And what she did, and I hope that it can extend itself, believe you me. For those of you who wasn't there, and those of you who were just passing the Pegasus last night, you might have seen images on the wall of the Pegasus Hotel, that large, that tall skyscraper you see there. There were images projected on the wall of that hotel. What it is that Phase 3 presented a slideshow. Yes? Phase 3 presented a slideshow of posters that was in what we call it was a a contest of different posters. Last year they had it. There's posters from all over the world that depict reggae music. Whether them have an artist in it. I think last year the one that won had Lee Scratch Perry in it. But these are artists from, you name it. I mean, some places where you don't remember which part of them places they're on the map. But these are artistic expressions, the creative expressions in poster. And what they did was to take the posters and turn it into a slideshow on the wall of the Pegasus Hotel. And I am telling you, believe you me, that the projector there must be the most powerful projector I've ever seen, because the place where they was projecting it from was over Emancipation Park. It was over Emancipation Park. It a project on the wall of Pegasus. Now, if everybody inside of Jamaica know which part of Emancipation Park there, and everybody know which part of the hotel there, and the skyscraper building. Well, Phase 3 was projecting these slides from over Emancipation Park on the wall of the Pegasus Hotel. So anybody who have passed the road, who stand up over Emancipation Park, who stand up in the Pegasus outside, could have actually seen these projections, the slideshow that was taking place. And may I tell you, trust me, anybody who knows about Andrea Davis, they know, till I say, Mutabaruka say, are the most innovative thing I have ever seen any promoter do when it comes to reggae music. And I'm very sorry that it wasn't promoted as how it should have been promoted, that people could have just stand up in the Emancipation Park and watch these slides going through from all these people all over the world who recognize reggae music and do things artistically, not in the singing or dancing or music, but in their painting and drawing to depict reggae music, Jamaican music. We love it. We love it. Believe you me, we love it. Andrea Davis, you make me feel good when you say that, man. Trust me. Trust me, you make me feel good. And I don't know, maybe them could have something like that too in a, what them call it, Heritage Week, where them project some form of something, because now we see the technology there, Phase 3 have the technology for project something from clear over Emancipation Park. I don't know, I wonder if them have any project that we can project to the moon. Would it be wonderful to project a sting on the moon? You look up at the sky and say, Ninja Man, I go out with him antics, and ladies saw and Macadai man, of course, on the moon. You just look on the moon and I see the thing. I say, wow, look at the two lady them. That look sweet. This is the cutting edge on RFM with you. Alright, I can play this. Yeah, this is the cutting edge on RFM, as we mentioned to you. There's a group of ones in America, Jamaican to the core, who have produced some serious production we are talking about, I never even know about. I don't know if should I say Mr. and Mrs. Hines? Can I say Mr. and Mrs. Hines?
Yes, man, you can say Mr. and Mrs. Hines.
Look
morning,
here.
Muta.
It's not morning over here now. No, they're on a different time. I tell you, if you call 11, you call 11 your time. And your time, you work half
No, work over my time, yes.
All right, look here. You're related to David Hines?
No, you know.
Your husband are related to David Hines?
No,
you know, mine, you don't know your relative, them, you know.
I go there, yeah.
My appearance, we don't go out with some things they never tell you about, you know.
You're thing.
No, if they are still, that's why I ask, you know.
Yes, the funny thing with my family is like outside of my immediate family.
Yeah, you don't know.
Like, I don't know no other Hines, you know, but I know so we must have some relatives out there, you know.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
All right. This product that I was introduced to, my lady was in Atlanta, and she come back all, like, she was so enthused about this line of production that she started to share it with everybody, including myself. So I'm my own little Bakla shampoo, I'm my own little Bakla conditioner, I'm my own little Bakla ear oil, and it nice me because I said just the packaging alone was very impressive. When you start
Thank
this?
you so much.
When you start this? Tell me when you start this thing. When you start it?
But we started like about, I would say, 20 odd years ago. In the Bronx. We kind of started out with Sundial Urban Herbal Products.
The brethren from up so. Yes, I remember I used to come up facing thing with
yes.
Right.
Sister P.
Yes.
Sister P.
Yeah, man.
With Sister P. And, you know, we're coming out of his stable, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he kind of like instituted, or we kind of, you know, when you move to the United States, you're trying to hold on to your roots and your tradition. And we kind of found him, or he kind of found us, so to speak. And he kind of instilled in myself and Michael the natural, you know, the natural and traditional way of eating, living right, everything like that. So before we even found Tropic Isle Living, we worked with him. And one day, Michael, who is fondly known by Makalani, as Brother Rashan sometimes would call him, you know, asked Brother Rashan what products he could bring up from Jamaica. And Brother Rashan told him the Jamaican black castor oil. And that kind of gave birth to Tropic Isle Living. I think, Michael, you can expound on that.
Yeah, that's about 92 years, a long time ago.
Long time. But when we started in Muta, we started selling the products in health food stores. That's how we really started in the Bronx, you know, and we would walk with little bag and pan, so to speak, or a little cart and sell it to store to store. But a lot of, there were some rejection and some positive feedback because we sold it as a natural and traditional healing oil. We call it the all-purpose healing oil.
The thing about the way we started is that way. It's no big thing. You know what I mean? You get to start with a gallon.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. Yes, and it does take time build. You get a rejection, but you have a few people who work with you. Jamaica. Yes. Right. Jamaican stores. Go ahead, yeah.
All right. I remember when Sister P used to make some woolly trip to New York, and she used to carry all these fever grass and chain the root and this and that. And you remember when she used to carry them things to go up there?
Yes, man.
All right. The brethren, which part of them they know? Where am they?
Who that? Rashan?
Yeah.
Still in the Bronx, sir. Still in the Bronx. And still a lot of time, I believe, in Ethiopia too, you know?
Okay, I'm there Ethiopia most time.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Why you telling people them exactly what we are talking about just now? Because these products, you say it's 20 years you have these things. I mean, never see them in Jamaica yet. What? We have some in Jamaica?
Yeah, man. We
have some in Jamaica yet, mean, yeah, man.
Yeah, but you know, what the funny thing, you know, is that, boy, the thing with Jamaica is some things that people reject, you know. So it's like you have to go abroad sometimes.
Yeah, but you see, even though you're abroad with it, we still never see it market long and so, because I just tell the people, them say, if that was in one of those beauty parlor, people that believe it's a China, made in China thing and take it up north.
Seriously.
Because the packaging alone to me was very impressive. You know, the packaging.
True.
For some Jamaican package that it was so impressive to me.
Well,
make me ear feel clean without me use it.
You know, it's a funny. We not only we have shampoos and conditioners too. You know, what Mutombo was also impressed with what our bush bath and our shower gels. Also, we have like Cersei bush bath, and we have ginger bush bath, and we have island spice, and we kept the name bush bath because, you know, we didn't want to be fancy and said herbal bath really, because we know it in Jamaica as bush bath.
And the inspiration, of course, comes from Jamaica. We just feel like we shouldn't shy away from certain names that's coming out of our culture.
Yeah.
Because I believe using some of them traditional names.
Of course. Bush bath, of course.
Yes. Of course. You know, embrace my culture. You know?
All right. So let me ask you now. Who do make these things from Jamaican, actual Jamaican herbs and roots and things?
Yes, what it is it's a blend of Jamaican, and then of course you have to deal with some of the ingredients from up here, because some of the ingredients are like for the bush bath, for example, the soap within itself is not made in Jamaica, so we don't really have the facility there. But it's 100% natural, but we blend that with the Jamaican herbs and oils and things like that.
All right, so tell me some of the herbs where you take from Jamaica for do the fusion. What kind of herbs you use in the?
For example, the pimento itself.
Yeah.
The seed, the oil, the leaves. We use cerci.
Right.
Rosemary.
Ginger. Fever grass. Or what do you call it, lemongrass?
Yeah, them call it lemongrass. But them, so you get all of them things from, so you have a farm down here? You have a farm down here where you have a special person who grow them and just deliver them to you. How it work?
Yes, we grow some ourselves, like especially the castor, and then we get some from the local people, some farm it, some man just go a bush and pick them, find herbs and pick them, and once the quality right,
yes,
we buy it from them,
So you have a vetting thing go on then, you vet, where you get, like you said, this is good for that and this is good. You're not going to take that or you're not going to take that. How it works?
But again, one more time?
No, I say you have a thing where you vet, where you get. In other words, you don't just take everything where you get. You have a level.
Yeah, man, it has to be of the highest quality. You know what I mean? And most important, no pesticide, nothing like that. It has to be wild crafted, as we say.
So all you know what is not pesticide. I live clear New York. All you know is a guy not spray some things for it.
I mean, then know come from Jamaica. When I must know that.
All you know, that may ask you. All you know, say it not have no pesticide for it.
Well, the people who would buy from are, they're trusted people.
Oh, trustworthy people.
And plus,
okay.
Yes. Yeah, they know the standards which we work with, and we know what to look for.
And you can tell by the size and the scent of the,
The Jamaican ginger different from the foreign ginger.
Yeah, man. Yes. And the potency, you can tell.
Yeah, all right. So now, you have this thing and you make it, I am assuming, so you have a little place up there where you employ people and you like a factory space.
Yes.
Yeah, but how you market it? Because, as I said before, whether in a health food store or in a Walmart or in a Walgreen, I've never seen it. So, and apparently you have been making a lot of money off of it. I don't know who is selling it to.
Well, we have been steadily building, over the years.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons why, when you have to think, I guess, underground, and you take your time, no big noise, no big fanfare, and you just steadily building up yourself till you reach a point where, you start to hear about us, but we have been around for a good while.
So who sell it? I mean, for 20 years you're under the ground. Who sell it that you could have survived for 20 years?
Yeah, what happened, we started with, as my wife said earlier, we started out with Brother Rashan, Sundial, right?
Yeah,
And it was through his network then, so to speak, we started, So it was like health food stores, and then next thing you know, of course, most of these health food stores, some of them are owned by Jamaicans, and then the American health food stores, black owned, they start to catch on to it.
So want to old foods, try marketing at old foods. Try marketing at old foods.
Yes, well, right, yes, we have heard Whole Foods ready to tackle us now, so it's us kind of delaying that, but yes, Whole Foods and a bunch of chain stores right now up here, they're after us.
No, but if you have it in a Whole Food, you're gone clear.
Well, yes, things looking good as far as Whole Food is concerned, definitely,
So you have it's set up properly for facilitate a place like Whole Food, because Whole Foods is like the major health food.
Yes. Yes, man. That's why we finally entertain them, because before we deliberately kind of shy away from them big stores. Because, you have to make sure you can supply them, but now we're in a position where we can tackle them now, And
you still have to use Jamaican thing. If you get a Whole Foods contract, All of that now will mean, say, the herbs, the fever grass, ginger, you know, will be more, you will be importing more of that in our New Year to make the product.
Definitely.
So you have a spin-off, that's all.
And I'm not just Whole Food, but we have a few other big chain stores you're interested, you know, so it's exciting, but at the same time, you know, you have limitations, so you have to make sure that, you know, once you put yourself out there, you know, put yourself in a position where you can supply the market, you know?
Yeah.
And the other thing too, Muta, is that we've never really seeked out like a Whole Foods or anything. They come and find us. Based on the way we do our business, and also because of social media. It's so funny. It's a young lady in Canada a couple years ago put our product on YouTube, and that really started the Jamaican black castor oil frenzy in terms of Tropic Isle Living. Social media, that was the one that really built her. But guess why she took us to the next level? But what happened is her father is from Guyana and her mother is from Jamaica. And her grandmother was telling her to use the oil and to grow back her hair, the Jamaican black castor oil. So she started documenting her journey with our products. And that took us into the health and beauty aid industry. But our foundation really and truly is the health food industry. And beauty supply now.
Yeah. All right. You know, my lady was so enthused about this thing that she ready to market it down here. I don't know.
Yeah, man.
I go manage her now because she is widely introducing it to everybody when she buck up on. She's like, I think you should employ her. I think you should employ her. I don't believe you be. I never did she come back up from foreign with something like
she's a big time ambassador. I so appreciate her. She has such a lovely spirit. I mean, we just connected. We just connect with her sister. I connected with her sister.
Yeah. So, all right. You coming? You spend some time in Jamaica. Any time in Jamaica?
Oh yeah, man.
So why you never choose?
We have an office location there down in Jamaica,
I must remember that. It's the first I know about this product yet. I must remember that. It's the first I hear about this product. It's the lady introduced me to it. I never know about the product. I never know you have office in Jamaica.
Yeah, man, we have office of Jamaica. You know what happens to the office of Jamaica?
Where the office there?
It's at 37 Windsor Avenue.
And you can't get the product down there too?
You can get it down there, but you also can get it at Cherries and a few Fantanas, and also Just Natural and Discount Beauty Supply. Everybody know Discount Beauty Supply.
Tell the people what name again now. Tell the people about the product name.
Okay, the product name is, our brand is Tropic Isle Living, and we sell skincare products such as the couscous body butter. And you know Jackie nearly died when she heard couscous body butter. She said, "What? Couscous body butter?" But we do sell, and I just absolutely love that product. We also have the Tropic Isle Living shower bush bath and shower gels. We also have our hair care line, which consists of our strong roots for our natural sisters and our lock brothers and sisters, and perm too. So we don't neglect anybody. We just want people to know that our product is natural and organic in nature. So anyone can use it.
All right. Now we want them still have the whole of them still have by the weekend. So remind which part them can get it now, because so after you done this interview, you not have enough in a Jamaica. You not have enough in a Jamaica.
Well, that's what we want. We want the supply, the demand to go up, man, so we can even supply more.
Yeah, so tell me which part again. Fontana.
They can get it at... Go ahead, Muta.
No, you said they can get it at Fontana.
They can get it at... Go ahead, Muta.
No, you said they can get it at Fontana.
They can get it at Fontana.
Yeah.
They can get it at Discount Beauty Supply Store there near in Halfway Tree. They can get it at Cherries. And also, got to be natural. That is in England. Just Natural. They can
you have it in England. You have it in England too.
Yeah, man, we have it in England.
Yeah.
We have it in Africa. We have it in Belgium. We have it in
Which part of
Netherlands.
Africa you have it? Which part of Africa you have it?
France. You mean we're in Africa? We have it in Lagos.
Lagos,
And Ghana.
Nigeria.
It's in Ghana.
You know, say me I go to Lagos next week, you know.
Really?
Yeah, me I go to Lagos next week. If me not see it, don't let me go vex. Can you tell
I
me
will
say
give
there?
you distributor number so you can knock them up. You can call on them.
Well, it's wonderful. It's wonderful to hear this. It's wonderful to know, say, some Jamaican take the organic way, take the natural way and produce a product that is so, I mean, so real. It's so, it's nice. Me just love it. You know, me just love it. You know.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
but you know, as the motto, our motto at Tropic Isle Living, you know, and it spells out who we are. It's the natural and the traditional way to a healthy, beautiful you. And if it's not that, we don't sell it.
Okay, I love hear that. I love from it not natural, you not sell it.
We not sell it.
You mean you give it
We
away?
not sell it.
Instead of you sell it, you give it away.
There you go. Go on with it.
All right. Well, we give thanks, Mr. and Mr. Hines. You know, and we say we continue to see how we can make these things, because we always like to push these things, you know. This program, we love to push them things there. And from here, says a natural product, we say, yes, we have to interview this lady, you know.
Yeah, and thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to talk about our company, our passion, which is Tropic Isle Living, because, you know, living naturally is a way of life. You know, it's not just the products, but it's in your thinking, what you eat, you know, and we are Tropic Isle Living. We have a 360 approach to what we do.
All right, give thanks. Give thanks, man, give thanks.
Give thanks.
All right. This is the
All
Cutting
right,
Edge
thank
on
you.
RFM there with you. Yeah, man, that Tropic Isle products. Trust me. Believe you me. Yes.
Tell them sugar.
Yes, it's called Sugar. Sweet music in the night, yeah. Ebony. You know, ebony is a black wood. Find it in Africa enough. Black wood, yes, I mean real black. People don't know about them wood there, but some serious wood, them use it and carve things. As a matter of fact, we have a portion what them call it necklace. I don't like call it necklace, but that is to describe where we have a portion of necklace we make out ebony from Africa. It's like how we have the amber from Africa. You know, there are certain things that is organic and natural that Africans use as jewelry. Very organic. Them use it as jewelry. And it is very expensive too. It may not look that way to you because you're used to the bling. And the bling them not expensive neither, you know, it just look a certain way. It's like a man buy a couch in a house and he left the plastic on it. The plastic supposed to come out, but he left the plastic on it, and when he sit down on it, him backside sweat like what? Because the plastic not supposed to go over the something. But that's how we do it too, because sometimes you're going to some people's house and to protect the carpet, them have this line of plastic go right to them bedroom. You have another line go to the kitchen. You have another line go to the bathroom. And then we have a plastic thing. You understand? Well, you have things that is organic, but it don't come from China, and it don't come from America, and as a matter of fact, it don't come from Europe neither. But you have indigenous cultures all over the world that produce these things. Like, if you go amongst the native so-called Americans, you have turquoise, and you have different ornaments that is very, very expensive. But the thing is that most black people now go wear them. It's a weird thing. We go for the bling, the cheap bling, the cheap bling, where don't have no value. No value at all after. It don't have no resale value. It just bling for today and tomorrow it not bling again. When your hand go in the water too much time, the whole of the bling wipe off and wash off. It's a serious thing. When you have things out there where people make, even in Jamaica you too. Even in Jamaica, you have craft things where serve you and last a very long time that it have resale value. But we choose not to buy those things. We want the things that will come from made in China, made in Taiwan and Tai 2 and Tai 3. It's a terrible thing. Terrible thing.
Cutting edge with Mutabaruka. We are listening to our meds. You know here. Cutting edge. The sun is out and shining. A smile on my face. Two steps forward with every step back.
You're listening to Kalisa Chronics. Yes. Okay. Alright. No, okay.
It's a long way to go, but I will run. Giving up ain't an option, man.
Yes, Kalisa Chronic. This is the cutting edge, America. Yes.
Greetings.
Man. Hold on, Bridget, hold on. Bridget, stop listening to your radio now, man.
I want to go far from radio. Yeah, man, yeah, Muta, bless up. Muta.
Brethren, me I listen to what you say, you know. You listen to the radio, you have to listen to your phone.
Yeah, man, right now, Muta. Me I say now, it's the last Thursday thing there, you don't need it?
Which last Thursday thing?
You just say that play some song on the last Thursday.
Alright, you see all the reasons them I go on the radio?
Yeah, I hear the reason them.
Yeah, and then now you have the advertisement them.
Yeah.
It's like me a talk in between the advertisement them. So if you actually feature, you know, give them a good run if you feature artists, 3 artists. Them now get no good run for the program that way there, you understand?
Oh.
So I have to wait now till the advertisement them settle down, and then now we can feature 3 artists and then play all 3 songs by each one of them for the whole day, you understand?
Alright, brother.
Yeah, but we don't do it now. We still have it now.
Yeah, because me give him a little thing, you know?
Okay. What you listen to name?
My thing is, me give a CD up June Isaac birthday wash. Remember up a 20 up a St. Catch in December gone.
Years ago, man. That no years ago, right?
No, man, December gone and a year that
December. What's about? All years they come like last month to be though.
Not true. 2 years move for true.
Yeah, that means we have moved fast at all, you know?
I love how you move too. I love the Gambia move there, you see me?
Yeah, alright. So you don't know. You really have to go. If I that you wait, but no, what we should have played that. We should have played the CD even though you know get featured.
Yeah, I love that.
So me don't remember the CD. You have to go give me it again.
Alright, I'll try to get it back to forward to the island.
Yeah, man, alright, sir. Blessed, yeah?
Yeah, man, blessed love Muta.
Yeah, alright. Yes.
Yeah, good night, Muta.
Blessed, man.
Yeah, you know, I'm a man who always try to listen to your program Monday night time, the Muta. But you know, I hear you talk about this thing.
Wait, Monday night, we don't come out on Monday night.
No, man, Wednesday night, come on, man, Wednesday night. I don't talk about Monday night, man, listen, man. But, you know, I hear you talk about Babylon. And say, enough Rasta man cost Babylon. And Babylon was a great civilization.
Yeah.
I said the same thing to Jerry Small. I said, of course, me know what boy, me rate Babylon. At the same time, what I say, boy, is a difference between your opinion and just my opinion and Babylon.
Alright.
But, you know what I think I don't like to Muta?
Yeah.
I don't like every time you come up on the radio, I the government. Because Damon Crawford, because Peter Bunting, because Portia. More right. Hear some positive things where you have plans for the country.
You never hear no positive things. You never hear me just show you positive the whole on there. You never hear me just mention some positive things a while ago.
Yes, but
you never hear me mention positive things. Hold on, man.
Mentioning them and not doing them are two different things.
Listen to me, you know.
Yeah.
You ever hear me on the day program I talk about the people them must stop urinate on the street and stop throw the things them out of the road? You ever hear me talk about?
Yes, I have heard you saying that, but saying it and not doing it and not including the Rasta man especially. Because the Rasta man,
what you mean saying it and not doing it? Who not doing it? Me not doing it?
Yes, you and the Rasta community.
Then if me I say it, where do you want me to do? Where do you want me to go take off of my half and
yes, I want you, what I want you to do.
Yeah.
I want you to get some Rasta man.
Yes.
After your thinking.
And you want to your thinking. Want to your thinking.
My thinking?
You never see bald man have piss on the road yet.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, the way I say about my thinking. My thinking.
Muta, look, you're going to set an example. So what are you going to do?
Yeah.
You're going to get some Rasta man with you.
Yeah, walk on the road.
Are you going to walk on the road?
For what? For what? For what? For do what?
To make the people not weird saying have a piece on the road.
They may not say it on the radio. You mean they're not weird that? When you say it on the radio, not weird, not make them weird.
Muta, if you listen to radio, Muta. Most people know. Don't listen radio.
Who don't listen to radio? I are the number one radio station in the whole world, and most people listen to IRFM. What are you saying?
Most people right now don't listen to traditional radio.
Yeah, but me have talk about it in the day. Me have a day program too, you know.
I know. I know, and I'm
the day program, you know, you talk about current events, where the government should do.
What I want you to do.
To help the youth them set up a farming thing. The youth them must start plant more thing. You know, you talk about them thing there.
That is something I might come and talk about a long time. No, new ideas from you.
Man. People that talk about things, you first can't talk about one something. Me say, me not be the Michael Manley that talk about. Me say, you never hear me talk about it. No, me not talk about Michael Manley at the 70s. Me not talk about no.
Not saying you have not spoken about it, Muta. But I want you to come with new ideas.
What is the new idea? The old idea is going on. Tell me a new idea. Tell me a new idea.
I want to tell a new idea.
Yeah.
I want for you, your youth now, start think about not only planting cassava, planting cane, but to take cane and another product, see, to come with a different sugar.
So you never hear me talk about agro-industry on the program?
Listen, let me talk.
Yeah, but where you talk about new product?
I want to see more youth.
All the while, agro-industry, I'll make sure.
I want to see more youth, Muta, study iron, overbuild different the iron, or the rock stone, overbuild iron, or that different things. Yeah. That is what I mean. Want to hear.
So that's new to you. That's new to you. That's a new idea. That.
More you will start telling you them so what?
So you never hear me telling you them certain things. You never hear me telling them that.
Listen, more if you know start telling you them more.
Like a day program.
Go and go get some trade because there are a lot of opportunities coming out.
You call the day program them enough, don't it? You told her you call the day program them enough.
Every time. That is me. I'm comrade.
You end up call my program for what? Why me a cuss bunting? Why me cuss bunting? Which one cuss bunting?
Alright, listen, Muta.
Why me shouldn't cuss bunting?
Because and a bunting are going to kill people.
Oh, but a bunting is responsible for stop the killing.
No, me and you know.
Me I wish you. You see me a killing anybody out there?
Me and stop it.
Oh, then wait there. Hold on the brethren. So what bunting work is for? What bunting work good for? What am I get paid for?
No, we said policies.
No, what bunting getting paid? Set policies for what?
Set policies to fight crime. That means that me and you can live in unity.
No, hold on, man. You see, me can't take them dear program talk, you know. You want me to say to you?
Yeah,
what bunting is there to set politics for what?
Alright, you see the United Change program?
Set the policy to alleviate the crime in a Jamaica.
Yes.
What is the policy that is alleviating crime in Jamaica that Bunting said? No policy.
There is a program.
It is not alleviating the crime.
United for Change.
It is not alleviating the crime.
Listen to me, Muta. Can you hear me? There's a program and it's a couple of the ministry. Name Unite for Change.
You're PNP. You're PNP.
Yes, man. Me not cover for life, man.
Yeah, all right, Bridget. Me a Brazil for life.
Netherlands. Alan, me deal with. Orange.
A Brazil me a work with. All right, me go and left you though. Me go and left you.
Big up yourself.
Me go and left you. Yes. The man has some day man in a rasta, you know. You have some man where call day program every day and them no work, you know. No, them man that don't work at all. Them just big up you, him say my comrade for life. That's all him do at daytime, you know, comrade for life. It's a company man name, so you know. Remember company name Comrade for Life. Where him just call read the program. And no, at the first I hear him call me still. I hope it's the last. Believe you me, because I can't take them whole heap of madness there at the night and all about when me should do and when me should not do. What can you do over a microphone but to help to motivate the people them in a goodness? Am I sending the people them astray? All I am doing is saying that the government is responsible for certain things, and the government is, watch a man, all you hear them attack about this and this and that. Go to a road, go ask the people them what them think, and if them life better since this and since that. I have not heard whether I'm rich man, brown man, beggar man, or thief, say Jamaica have gotten better, or their life has gotten better in the past 2 years. I don't know nobody will tell me that. Nobody. I'm talk to everybody. I talk about ghetto man who work every day, man who are doing own work, man who own hotels, man who own Mercedes Benz. Him life still not get better. Because right now have the Benz and they want to sell it. Yes. Yeah,
Ringy.
Blessed man.
Blessed. I want to ask you a question.
Yeah.
What do you think of black people, Africans and the world? Are they the Jews?
No, you have to talk, Lord. Are they what?
Are they the Jews?
With Jews. Jews is not a race of people, you know, brethren.
Oh, really?
Jews is a nation. It's not a race of people.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a nation. So, it's a whole heap of people come together to make a nation.
Oh. All right, then. So, what you would say one time, Jeremiah said that every man should let his Hebrew slave, male and female, go free, so that no one should make a slave of a Jew, his brother.
What may I say about it?
Yeah.
Me not get credence to slavery no way, whether Hebrew slave, Jewish slave, whatever slave. Me not get credence to no slave. The Bible sanctions slavery.
The Bible sanctions slavery.
Yeah, man. The Bible tells you that slave must be obedient to the master.
But who is a master?
The master is the one who owns the slave.
No, man. Master have more than one meaning.
No, Virgin, me not talk about the more than one meaning. Me talk about the meaning as it relates to what me just said.
No, probably the Bible is taking out of context, Muta.
You never read that the Bible says master, slave must be obedient to the master.
Yeah, but you can consider God as the master.
Me ask you, if say the slaves must be obedient to the master.
Actually,
the slaves,
God,
it don't say God.
The master,
Brethren.
Anyway, one more call for you, ask him, want to get a song play on your program.
Then give me the CD, then bring the CD, come give me.
Oh, I go reach if you bring the CD.
Carry go IRFM in a Kingston if you're there Kingston. I'll bring it come IRFM down here so if you're there Ochi.
Then I watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because basically I want to have a conversation after the year with your person.
No, I don't want to have no conversation after the year, Brethren. It's either give me the CD and make me like it and play it or what. But what kind of conversation? If you want the conversation, have the conversation right now upon the ear.
Oh, you want me to have the conversation?
Yeah, upon the ear, me want you have the conversation. And you have 4 minutes to have the conversation.
4 minutes.
Yeah, because 12 o'clock, we have to get something, do something else.
But ask another question.
No, a conversation, you want to have a question here, you give me a question here.
No, I ask you a question, you can't rush me no part.
No, me not talk about rush you. Me say, a question is not a conversation.
Yeah. But therefore the conversation going to start by asking you a question.
Alright, go on, ask me.
Question lead up to a conversation.
Ask me.
Okay. What do you think of Jesus Christ?
I don't think of Jesus Christ.
What do you know of King Selassie as him as Jesus Christ?
I don't know nothing about Jesus Christ. I don't think of Jesus Christ. When I think about Haile Selassie, I'm not thinking about Jesus Christ.
So, you wouldn't say Haile Selassie is Jesus Christ?
No.
Why not?
Because Haile Selassie is a separate thing from Jesus Christ. It's you are trying to turn him into Jesus Christ.
No, I can't turn him into
You ever hear Haile Selassie say Jesus Christ?
Jesus Christ. He means Jesus Christus.
No, Jesus Christus is a Greek word.
Jesus Christus is the Ethiopian name.
No, Jesus Christus is Greek. Yes, you don't try to turn it round. Jesus Christus is not Ethiopian. Jesus Christus is Greek.
Oh, really?
What do you mean, really?
So did you hear Haile Selassie say about Jesus Christus?
Me say, listen to me, I say.
Yeah.
Yes, you know, me have to go now. Jesus Christus is Greek. There's no word in Ethiopia for Jesus Christ. Them use the Greek word Jesus Christus. And me have to go now. Me have to go. You have to call me back and talk about that. Because you all get me mixed up now about Haile Selassie and Jesus Christ. And if me think on Jesus Christ. When I think on Haile Selassie, I don't think on Jesus Christ. I don't make that connection. Me don't state my position on this program for years. Me don't believe in a Jesus Christ. Me don't connect Haile Selassie with Jesus Christ. Haile Selassie to me is a separate thing, total separate. I don't have to go through Jesus Christ to say Haile Selassie. Because if I have to go through Jesus Christ for Haile Selassie, there's no need for Haile Selassie. Jesus Christ does stand alone because Jesus Christ was dead 2,000 years ago. Why would I want to create a next man named Jesus Christ in our next man? I don't have that thinking in my consciousness. Believe you me. I don't have that thinking at all. I don't know if you're next Rasta man. When I say Haile Selassie, I am not speaking of Jesus Christ. I don't connect Haile Selassie with Jesus Christ. As a matter of fact, to me, Jesus Christ and those names and terminologies where people are trying to just never did it. It's a figment of man's imagination. Jesus Christus, all of these things is what people believe in. It's faith. Faith drives people to believe these things. I don't have to believe in a Haile Selassie. I know that there is a man named Haile Selassie. I don't believe that. You cannot know if there is a man named Jesus Christ because everything that you know about Jesus Christ was taught to you by people who never know no man named Jesus Christ. Isn't it strange that you keep repeating a name, Jesus Christ, and you keep repeating it and saying, you don't know no man named Jesus Christ. Everything that you know about Jesus Christ was taught to you by a next person who don't know no man named Jesus Christ. Simple. I know Haile Selassie, and I hold on to Haile Selassie. This is the cutting edge. Click it.
FM really rocking, you know?
Yeah, this is the cutting edge. You know, my original media for one thing about a button. Just a simple button we are talking about.
Shining, a smile on my face. And that's your spirit. Yeah. And you can do it. You are a champion.
R.E.F.M. Thought-provoking. Always smoking. Lyrics like a bazooka. You are listening to Mutabaruka.
God's wonderful people, I am calling. God's wonderful people, I am calling. Where one man can have all 500 men and not five.
Yes, cutting edge. Yeah.
Greetings.
Yeah.
Greetings.
Yeah, blessed man.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm listening.
Hi, Muta.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Okay. You call from automobile?
Yeah, but you must listen to your radio, you know.
No, it's done right now.
Yeah, all right.
The person we just called before, in regards to like Jesus Christ and God and all of that. Because the mistake on your own first in terms of the totally rid myself
of them thinking. You know, normally, when we grow up as a youth, you know, in the church and all of that, you know, really believe and hold fast, you know, this man up a sky and all of that. But you know, as time progress, you know, you start sight certain things, and you start tapping into your consciousness and your inner self, and you start realizing, so, you know, but wait, nothing no go so. So many times even know like on a day-to-day trading, you know, like your whole reasoning with ones and ones, and you know, people deem me away or look down upon your way because I go through to myself.
Kind of hold for them thinking.
No, I'm going to go through to myself. I'm going to go say, well, I born God. I born God, I born everything, I born religion on a whole. Me just not still that. You understand? I mean, at one point I did, but just no more.
Well, it's a process, you know. It's a process. You know, your uncle can exist which part you're thinking there, you know. You can't exist further than you're thinking.
That's true, but me just think the most, especially black people, because me always say to ones and ones, and I say, alright, so you believe in a God, you believe in a Jesus Christ, you know, you believe, alright, you get saved, you baptized, you this and you that, but really and truly, why do, you know, make it no better. You know, you got church from Sunday to Sunday, yes, but you know, make it no better, Muta, why do, you only make it worse, because the thing is, you take your money, you show up as collection, you know, and you make yourself poor, so if anything you do, it make you worse.
And not only that, when you get poorer, you know, it justifies you in your poorness. You see, when somebody get poor in the name of Jesus, you know, them have a talk to give you that it's better it's easier for a rich man, it's easier for a camel to go to the eye of an eagle than a rich man to go to heaven. And me, I tell you, say, nobody can tell me nothing. It's better to be rich than to poor.
Yes, of course.
It's better to be rich than to poor.
But poor is separation. Who likes being poor?
To be poor is a crime. And if people sell me that, it better go with them talk there.
But Muta, what I say is this. From the internet will know if you hear about this God and this and this that. And look on earth right now, when God was the omnipotent and the omnipresent, God created everyone, God created all of this. He must know that same when God said no. Because he know everything.
Of course.
So that's why I say, even at the beginning, film story just don't connect. You just don't click. You just need to open mind. You know? Your mind has to open to really accept and
realize that
you know,
yeah, man,
of course, that's simple. Simple 1, 2, 3, simple. But just because of the nine, because it's specialized, you know, just like I say, you know, because if you have a youth, I have my youth them. Now you don't know about God. Come in, somebody say, you teach them what they need to know. Teach them when they know the ones that go teach them, but we have to show them the foundation of it. God is not real. You understand? That's where them go.
Yes.
And I want to hear, I want to be. Them can hold them gun and they can defend. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I agree with you.
And other thing with this, to me, Christianity and the belief in God gives people what they put on to do things wrong. Because the thing is, they don't tell you you're always forgiven. You just do wrongs and you close the eye, you clap the hand and you talk. And imagine this invisible guy, so this invisible guy forgive us. They go constantly keep on doing wrong.
And you wash your sins too. You wash it with your baptism.
So it's just like the brother Irene, him have a tune where him say, if we there, not a body gonna married. So why brother say, when he say if we there, I know him talk in regards to Rastafari. Because the thing, remember when we just started Rastafari, and from them telling to know me evolve. It's something you evolve, you know, say, you know, say, whenever it's a site up, you know, you go start Lego. You start Lego certain things, even certain things, certain things where you eat. You Lego your flesh, you know what I'm saying, something there, you keep doing something there, you get ridiculed, you get, that's what I mean, to me, it's like it would be Rastafari then, to me it would be Jesus Christ, because it's not persecution of Rastafari get. But the amount of things I'm going to learn, we work hard, God, the instant and something there. My blood boils.
It's a journey, mama, it's a journey. Anyway, we have to move that though, we have to move.
True, give thanks.
Where would they with them advertisement, you know? So it's advertisement by the board of the night, okay. What they are so, yes. Ill. Okay. Ill.
Yes, greetings, Congo.
I have blessed my heart. Give thanks, man.
Greetings, Rastafari.
Yes.
You know, we always say, you know, philosophy through the years of coming through, you know, upon the journey is, each one, you know, do things according to his or her level of iteration, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's it, man. You know, we in the month of June shoot, and we got some spitting words here entitled First Love, which you'd like to share. Little, you know.
Okay.
The punchline go like this: straightforward, absolutely no girl. From then till now, heights in I love it, first love. Heights in the eye. From then till now, yo, yes I love it, I love full first love, five and forever, heights in the eye. Word and Lord of Blood eye. Alkabulan, most serene highness, lich safari eye. By and by, ancient Ethiopia, empire most highest eye, His Imperial Majesty, Haile Selassie I. Straightforward, absolutely no girl, from then till now, heights in the eye, I love it, first love. Ethiopic, majestic, king of all kings, lord of all lords, God of all gods, below and above, high, conquering lion of Congo, black Ayuda, comforter of whoso weep and cry. Behold the mid-earth inhabitants, queries, what, who, when, where, how, why. Amid devotees and those unable to differ, real betwixt real and fiction, truth and lie. Oh, I love it, first love, undisputedly, the eye at the highest eye. Straightforward, absolutely no girl, from then till now, heights in I love it, first love. The eye who keeps Ethiopia free, noting well Ethiopian stage up in tears and sigh. Oh, first love, I love it, first love. No reason at all why I should continually, mirthfully, heights and heights the eye. Oh, I, Rastafari I.
Yes, brethren, give thanks, man. Give thanks.
Give thanks, I
have already you still, so.
I.
So, I only power now guy for it, but, you know, I saw with the chanted from them,
Yeah, man, I saw with the chanted from them, man.
Give thanks,
straightforward, absolutely no girl. Yeah. From then till now, heights and I love it, first love.
I full eye.
Give thanks.
Yes, yeah, man. You see the logics that we use to define our spirituality, we have to let it go, you know, because most of that logics come from the European thinking and the European ideas of what it's supposed to be. So whenever we have with spirituality, we keep defining it through the European eyes, the Eurocentric eyes. And if we hear something outside of that, we feel say it don't make no sense. And really and truly, if you really check into the levels of consciousness, when a man say Haile Selassie is Jesus Christ, you know, when you're in 12 tribe, them say, greetings in the name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, was this day revealed himself in the personality of Emperor Haile Selassie I. What that show me say is that there is this Savior, which is Jesus Christ, that is now in the personality, not is the person himself, you know, but the personality. That is what 12 tribe emphasize. That is not the man them concerned with, is the personality of the individual. And the personality of the individual is Jesus Christ reflecting in that person. Now, my thing is that if I have to look for Jesus Christ in a next person or a personality, it simply shows me that Jesus Christ is the highest of the ones. So to me, that statement would that say Jesus Christ is more acceptable than Haile Selassie, because if Haile Selassie pass away, then that Jesus Christ will reflect in a next personality. So you can find a next personality that reflect this idea of Jesus Christ and put that Jesus Christ in that personality. So what you do is actually make Jesus Christ live continuously in different personalities. Now that to me might sound logical in that sense. But you see at the stage where I there so now, I never see that. I refuse to accept that. I refuse to carry this name Jesus Christ from 1500 years, 2000 years, 1000 years to carry it coming on my reality as now. Because I know that there's a way that I in Africa used to see that have no connection. Long before there was any man with the name Jesus Christ, black people did sink into them emperor, them pharaohs, them king, and them queen. The pharaohs was accepted as elect. The pharaohs were accepted as persons that is supposed to be sacred and divine. It's just that now because we take the side of the people them who is manifesting and writing the book, we demonize the pharaohs, and we demonize how the pharaohs was viewed. Because now we don't want to view the pharaohs like how the people of Kemet used to view the pharaohs. Yes, still Rasta come and view Haile Selassie like how the Kemet people used to view Pharaoh, but they have to make a connection with something that just exists 2,000 years ago, when we could have been making that connection with ancient Kemet, ancient Ethiopia, where the emperor or the pharaoh was seen as divine without any qualms about it. We choose our divinity and we reciprocate with that divinity in the personal and person of the emperor or the pharaohs. So when we say the pharaoh, we're talking about a person who was divinely elected. And all them divinely elected by the people. That's why them say elect of God. Elect of God represents the voice of God, which is the people electing the emperor and the pharaohs. But we choose to use the logics outside of our Kemetic expression, Ethiopian expression, and got to know a 2,000-year-old thinking. We have to connect our spirituality with this just one individual who is nobody who's talking about it, know anybody who know him. It's weird. Here black people had discussed a man, supposedly that was in history, that nobody who talk about him know him. The greatest authority on this man named Jesus Christ is a man named Paul in the Bible. And Paul admit, say him never know this man. Him hear about the man, but him never know this man. The greatest authority on the written word of this man is Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. And nobody can identify who were these people. Who was Matthew, who was Mark, who was Luke, who was John. All of them is speculating because there's nowhere in the Bible that tell you about this man named Mark. There's nowhere in the Bible. You see me when the belief says Moses write Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. And now the scholars and the theologians is now recognizing that this was not written by one person. It is impossible based upon the language and the context in which it is said. And I keep throwing out this question to many people. I say, if Moses write it, why is he speaking in third person? Nobody writes an autobiography. And nobody writes a story that includes the person who is writing it and write it in the third person. I keep asking these reverend and scholars, including Mr. Ian Bowen. And Mr. Ian Bowen has shown it off like him not really recognize me. I said him no say a true me attack. If Moses wrote it, why is he writing it in the third person? That alone show me say it's somebody else who knows somebody else write the thing. And it's the same thing now with Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. So when I want come to me and I tell me now, say, this and Jesus Christ and Jesus Christ, which man know any man who named Jesus Christ? It is a faith thing. It has nothing to do with reality. It is a faith. You believe in it and it kills you or it cure you. Simple. And it help a whole heap of people and it don't help a whole heap of people. But what I say is that most people who believe in this thing, they have created more damage to the minds and the brains and also to civilization over the past 2,000 years. They have created more wars and divisiveness amongst people than any other group that I know, barring none. More people have died because of belief or not believing in this thing. More people, land has been stolen because of the belief or believing in this thing. More slaves has been created. Here this virgin now when come with film foolishness I talk about is misinterpreted. Slaves must be obedient to their master, and they must say the master might be God. So I as slave I must be obedient to God. What kind of foolishness is that? Them talking about slavery as it existed in those times. They're not talking about, it has nothing to do with God. It's Paul that said slave must be obedient with his master. It means, if you have a master and you're a slave, you must be obedient to your master. There's no going around the idea. Trying to put it in the sense because it is in the Bible. That is what is being done. People is cutting off them foot to fit the shoes. That is what them doing, cutting off them foot to fit the shoes. And when them realize that them get stuck on something logical, out of the context of their irrational thinking, them either look at you as crazy or just go on to a next subject like them no want to answer what you say. Who was Mark? Who was Matthew? We used to believe that when them tell us Matthew was one of the 12 tribes, 12 disciples. No go so. Paul, who is the author of all the Pauline doctrine, nobody know. This guy named Paul, who write all these things to all these people, him never know nobody named Jesus Christ. And now them say Paul and Peter get killed, and Peter get buried under the St. Peter's Basilica. So Peter was the first pope. All of these things them tell we. Who is telling us these things? It's the same guys them we take we from Africa and bring we on here. So the same guys them who did have we in a Elmina and Cape Coast and have our mothers and sisters in dungeons of filth. Meanwhile, them dip on top of them and pray to Jesus and a drink liquor same time. We not ask you that. We know that because we got to go see that. The same Elmina Castle, the same Cape Castle, where all our ancestors have two church at the door. As you come out of the castle, so there's two church there, where the guys them who, after them rape with picnic, with children them, rape with mother, rape with father, lock them up in a dungeon. That's where you lock up in the dungeon. And then something with me a heart, nothing. And then something with me heart. Me lock up myself in that dungeon there already. And me stay in there 15 minutes and I have to come out. And them say this is the bad slave dungeon. Where you lock up in there, you can't even see the darkness. The way the place stay. And in there so them lock up our ancestors and put them in there. Meanwhile, them there on top upstairs. I have church service. And I thank God for the bountiful amount of slave where them get now for carry come on here so. Them have female dungeon. Where all our sisters them lock up in that and wait for transport it across here so. Meanwhile the guys them have party up there and when them ready, them draw out one of our sister them and carry go upstairs, do what them want, do with them, put them back in there, and then Sunday morning, them go outside of the dungeon and go to church. In the name of Jesus. And them carry come on here so in a ship with them presumptuously call Jesus too. Because them use the name the ships are for biblical icons. And one of the ships them was SS Jesus of Rubek, where these John Hawkins ship carry away, come on your son. And black people in the name of Jesus and look for Jesus to save them. And when you say, no way, Jose, them say, you're going to go burn up in a fire. The omnipresent, omniscient, all-compassionate Lord is going to burn you in fire. Because he is a jealous God. And it's them things that them want me to believe in my life as so now. After we come see all of them things there, we come up here so now and recognize say, none of those things that them tell my grandfather, my great-grandfather, my granny or me has done or benefited the African people. All we do is believe, and look on our condition in life. Individuals have made a good thing for themselves, but look on us as a group of people, as a race of people. When Marcus Garvey talk about, but look on them. Him go here so and him say the black man have no kingdom, the black man have no economy, the black man look how it's still, look how it's structure. And we are looking for salvation in the name of a elusive individual who the people them who tell you about it not know who name so and not know him. And let them curse we because we single out an individual in our own logical perceptions and persuasion to find someone who, if we look into him, we can see ourselves and recognize that is we have to liberate ourselves. That is the terminology of I and I. When you say I, you say I. There's no you in I. There's no second person. I and I is one. And we use and create that logic to help to liberate we from the pangs of European domination. Marcus Garvey said, if the Jews want to believe in a God of Abraham, God of Isaac, let him do it. And Marcus Garvey said that. If the Jews want to believe in the God of Abraham, God of Isaac, let him do it. We believe in the God of Ethiopia. Now, whether Marcus Garvey was confused or not, but it helps us to see clear up on another level how we can benefit from a different perspective, a different understanding. That's why when you hear man say God, the Trinity now, him not talk about Trinity as it relate to God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Ghost. But we find all different kind of Trinities to connect himself outside of the logics of the European God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Ghost. Him go way back all a Kemet, and he might talk about Isis to Soros and Horus and all these things. He might talk about sun, moon, and star, eat, air, and water, just to get himself out of the Trinity. Even the bubble them create them own thing. Them say Marcus Garvey, Prince Emmanuel, and Haile Selassie create them own Trinity. For them own logic to free themselves. So we don't have to go use for them logics every time continuously. And feel say, boy, if we don't use for them logics now, we're going to burn up in a fire and damnation and all them things there. Earth change. Things now get better, things now get worse. So every man have to find him salvation. And black people, they are the bottom of the pile, as you know. The bottom of the pile. And we still look towards where them are giving for salvation. A crazy. Go on, sir. Yeah, this is the cutting edge. We wasn't here during the weekend. We left the island. And this continuing talk, is we and Andrea Williams, well, sorry to say Andrea Williams, but Cabo is a stepping razor, and the Running African program have been relentlessly making the statement about what Norman Grant said. Well, we are told that Delia Harris was on the program on Running African Sunday, and she was trying to clarify that this man Norman Grant really don't know what I say. So it shows you the disconnection between the different people them in the same party, same government. Because same way when Damian Crawford did say Black History Month not relevant, the next day I went to a function where Lisa Anna, the Minister of Culture, was opening the Black History Month celebration. She was actually declaring Black History Month in the park. So meanwhile, Damon Crawford over here is saying it's not relevant. The Minister of Culture is saying it is relevant because they had a function in Emancipation Park about Black History Month. So here we come again now with this Emancipation Day. And this man, Mr. Norman Grant, is saying about Denbigh is the only celebration that is going to be kept for emancipation. And here is, coming from the Ministry of Culture, Delia Harris is saying this is erroneous. The normal Emancipation Jubilee at Civil Heritage is July the 31st and August the 1st, which is what used to happen before. And you know them used to have watch night vigil and celebration of drums and in every town square, August the 1st. So there is, Mr. Norman Grant, you need to contact your people then before you start to run up your mouth. And make man like me or make Cabo go up on the case and then people have to come say, we have stir up trouble. We are told that the regular civil heritage function that used to keep a civil will be kept. And there's a celebration of drums in every town square, August the 1st. And also that the Ministry of Culture will be teaming up with the UNIA to celebrate Marcus Garvey's 100th anniversary. That is what we are told. So we give thanks that the clarity was made, and we give thanks that there was an answer, and we give thanks, ones and ones did ball out. If you never ball out, sometimes if you don't ball out, if you don't ball out, them don't know say lick you understand? The man chew him card, him no call him forward, but he say chew me, pick it up, and it down my belly, and it hurt my belly, and me know say me constipated and me want some wash out, me have to really ball out. I just saw it go. Okay. So we there. We click this now, we can switch power there. Yes.
Cutting edge.
Yeah, where the man?
Yeah, man, the Alabama, DJ Kev. You should know already.
Yeah, if me know you, man. You can't hide your voice, man. If me don't know, say you know something wrong with me.
How's going, Uncle?
Every day, man. Every day I try clarify some things and I confuse up some of that things. Yeah.
Alright, I come to soothe off the vibes. Me not flare up no vibe.
Yeah.
I like talking this and talking that. Someone say them come red, come yellow, come blue, all kind of thing are going.
Yeah. Like the brother
spreading come and tell us
for life. Him say my come for life.
Yeah. He can't change colour.
Yeah, him not evolve into nothing whether or not. Whether the thing wrong or not, you know. Him say him have come for life.
I like knowledge you them thing there, no?
Oh, I mean, my ignorance, them talk that. Anybody where you talk that, ignorant, them ignorant, man.
Ignorant, not true.
Yeah.
And nobody now come in no ways to teach me how to live longer, happy and a healthier life. No man now come and talk them thing there. So, before me even start, me yell up Rastakura, I always talk to him on the Facebook that we share knowledge and idea. Big up Rastakura, see it? And you have the new Damian Marley tune out about Gunman's World.
We have Gunman's World. Supposed to. We have every tune, man. No, you talk about, but we have every tune.
We find it for regularize that from YouTube and YouTube.
We have every tune,
but yeah, man.
I'll be happy to just type it in here. What you want, though? You want here tomorrow or you want here tonight?
Yeah, man, you can play it, man. But what we are saying now, we want to talk about the idea of earthing. Which are simpler, reconnect back with the earth. Whether you are barefoot or you do a little garden.
Or the barefoot thing you talk about, you know.
Yeah, you see, since you tell me about it, something when I start practice, that when I leave work at night time, I just go walk on the beach and run on the beach barefoot. I mean, I tell you,
you want to walk on the beach with shoes, Virgin?
Yeah, me run on the beach, man, barefoot, just run.
No, but when I say, what kind of thought that if you would want to buy shoes to run on the beach?
Okay, but when you do all track and field, man, you have your shoes, man.
Yeah, but that's a track and field, but beach, you're supposed to make your foot a kiss the sand, man.
Yeah, man, so since the day they play, the Thursday they play that, you know, say, I will for research, me God, you know, me see already.
Yeah, the earthing, yes.
A serious thing, man. So, you see, walking barefoot, even today, me meet a lady from Czech, and my friend still, and she tell me, so she just come from Prague. Where everybody in a Prague are barefoot them a walk. I mean, I have to tell her this.
In a Prague?
But you should have known.
You see,
yeah, you said. Yeah, man, she said, a lot of people in a Prague are walk barefoot. I mean, I said, wow.
Come like me, I have to go up there, man.
Yeah, you know, go to Prague more time.
No, I have to go put on her shoes.
Yeah,
if you go to Prague, with your shoes, man.
She tell me a lot of people in Europe, a barefoot movement has become a...
No, we know about the barefoot movement, but I ask you a question. What is the reason for... Everybody in a Prague know walk barefoot, man, no go so, but what is their reason for walk barefoot?
A lot of people, not everybody, a lot of people, she said.
What is their reasoning for walk barefoot in Prague?
That me never ask her,
You should ask her, what is the reason they walk barefoot in Prague?
Yeah, but since last time I go in a place barefoot, and a Jamaican girl, and say, come on, look at man, boy, barefoot, he's mad. So me start laughing, and I look at her like a young girl.
Well, can you imagine when over the years, if you don't do that little one time, that's all. I mean, they are over 40 years I do it. Can you imagine the things where me go through?
Yeah, tell her. So I tell them, say, Muta, my uncle, them start laughing and call on everybody.
And everybody will walk barefoot, or them say, you follow Muta. Like I'm here, the world will walk barefoot. You know the way there?
Yeah, but this is the health benefit them now. And you see, the earth now, it reconnect your body, make your body get back in a homeostasis way of healing itself.
Yeah.
And inflammation is one I made cause a lot of chronic illnesses them.
Yeah.
And reconnecting back with the earth help prevent and help stop the free radicals them. And you see, although I get to read the book Earthing, do you understand when me get is the free radical Earthing. Yeah, Earthing by Clinton Oba and Steven Sinatra. Yeah, man, I read it, man.
I go find a book there.
Yeah, me forward, me bring a copy for you, man. See? So, what I say is the free radical and positively charged, and you don't want too much of that in your system. You see the earth have a negative charge, so it counteract the positively charged free radical, free electrons that cause aging, and the balance of your body make the cells them can work.
That's the money that's upon the table.
But yeah, upon the thing there. See?
Yeah,
just like all you grow on your TV in your house. A man understand. So your body have to grounded.
Yeah, just like all we have locks and we now walking our show. It's like a television. We have the things, we have send out things and a collect information said way.
Yeah, like you have 2 extra antenna walk with, you know?
Yes. Alright, sir. Give thanks, Virgin.
Yeah, man, and next good thing too, they have an next partner with me personally, like they have a volt thing when you get a voltmeter. And him like him test your the volt them in your body when you're near a TV or a radio or an electronic device, and it ice when you're grounded yourself now, it's very low.
No do that all the while. Me do that all the
while. That with me. Yeah.
Yeah, but that happened
but
to me.
But people not see these things, them things they not affect them. And when them sick, they don't know what happened.
Watch out. Sometimes me do some things. We are going to play out and all them way there, and me do some things and me say, brethren, you see me, you know, it now go work if me stand up there, so, you know. And them I say, well, I say, me say the thing now go work if me stand up over there, so. And them say, all right, go stand up over there, so me go over there, so appear this starting and appear this and it, and them say, what happened? Me say, I'm true, me now have on the shoes. That's why it goes so, because I want to tell you something to you, know. Me do some sound check sometime, you know. And the mic, me no use wired microphone, you know. Me use cardless microphone, because you want to know. You say if you want to know if a wire microphone is well set up, give me it. Because when you give me it, it shock me, you know. Normally, a person who have
That's real?
and him hold the microphone, it now shock them. But it's me who hold it, it shock me. And me I tell them that the microphone now
it's very conductive.
Yeah, it's not proper. So you have to go fix the microphone, yeah. Yeah, I saw me check it all anywhere me going in the world. And a man give me a wire microphone. You see, from it shock me know say this thing I don't work properly, it have to go work properly. And they all fix it. Them fix it still, you know. But me like the guinea pig for test microphone.
Yeah, man, but the electric, you know, a lot of people in Jamaica understand these things. And when I sick them around God doctor, them would even know to walking around their house barefoot and save them a big doctor bill. Them wouldn't know as simple as that.
Walking around the house might make them get sick too. Like, Ruta come inside of the studio and get sick. Ruta come in and get sick because him come in and go like him a Muta before we put on him big.
Barefoot. Big up Ruta. I'm going to the garden next week also.
Him should have come with feet foot, him should have come with barefoot.
Yeah, man. So I got to say, you see the Dr. CB reason, and next time you talk, I play Dr. CB every day, and that's a serious health vibes again.
Yes, electric food.
Yeah, it's not joke business. I saw some of them something that I eat, and you feel energy, and you feel more vibrant, you know?
Yeah, man.
So that is the next time and a different time. Cutting edge at university, that's how it does.
In a gunman world, any night in black, he not work. And is it worth it? Is it worth it? Is it worth it all? Well, in a gunman world.
Yeah, gunman world. Man called Davian Marley coming through.
That's when a gunman work, if he is successful, and the job is well done.
Yes, cutting edge.
Yeah, man.
Blessed.
Hello?
Yes.
Do you hear me?
Yeah, man.
Okay, I hear the phone clicking.
Yeah, man, we're clicking.
Infinite blessings, man.
Blessed, how you do, man?
You draw me out tonight, man.
Me draw you out?
Yeah, man.
So you never did a listen all the while?
No, meaning to call in.
Okay. When me draw you out, pan now, tell me now, what me do?
Alright, I'm one who welcome science and the truth as far as spirituality and the belief, the faith system coincide and they prove each other. But I'm always welcoming where all the myths and the misconceptions can be disproven, you know? So you mentioned the whole business of, Paul and writing the gospel. Question asking, is it your belief that the Bible in many areas is a total lie?
Well, you know.
Yeah, me I listen, man.
I don't say it's lie, you know. When me I say it's a group of people write a story, and it's literature. It's not really historical. It's not really like something that you must take literal. So a lot of it is mythical, and a myth is not lie. It's just a group of people that try come to grips with them situation in a them environment, in a them time, in a them culture, and them use certain literature for explain it away or explain into it. Paul now is a problem because Paul, who used to kill off these people who believe in this man, come now and say lightning start something strike him and him now become now a convert and him become the chief navigator for this thing named Christianity. So it's out of Paul Christianity form and fashion itself. It has nothing to do with an individual man named Jesus Christ. This is the philosophy and opinions of a man named Paul. And I am saying that nobody who write about this man know this man. If there are no birthday, there's no time when a man can't tell you when him did born, a man can't tell you when him did dead. Date, and you have man will live 4,000 or 5,000 years and you can't tell exactly when him did born, the day when him born, the year when him born. And this man just supposedly there 2,000 years ago, and nobody on earth can tell you what day him did born.
Here what happened now, Muta. The way how you analyze history, and in particular biblical history, the agnostics and all of those who study biblical history supposed to welcome it because it's an opportunity to dissect and to prove what is true and to dash away what is untrue. So if you're really looking for truth, one should welcome these things. One of the things that I have heard from different ones is the Bible is one of the most accurate books in history, because most of the things in it you can go back in time archaeologically and geographically and identify the names and places, and in many instances in the entire book you can actually establish the time and date.
Give for instance. Give a for instance.
The Noah's Ark.
Which part Noah? Where in history them locate Noah's Ark?
Them found it sometime back in the 1900s.
No man, nobody no find on Noah's Ark, man. Them believe them didn't see something like Noah's Ark on top of our mouth. Them say a space. When I say space, I mean an area that look like it could have facilitated this ark. But in further investigation, them realize, no, it's not that. There's no identification.
They have no come out and said it's not that.
Yeah, there's, of course. Go back.
I'm not in possession of that information.
Well, go on your internet, go look on it if you don't want to take
No, I'm not here to debate.
What I am saying to you,
if you say something, you know,
the last person, I don't remember the man name, the last person who go figure it out. And if they truly believe, say, the area where him go now, which is different from the 1900 thing,
yeah,
him truly believe, say, him go find it now, and him go up there and spend almost millions of dollars with all these equipment and thing, and really go up there go find out, say, it's an ancient, it's a stone. It's a large stone, that if you look on it from the sky, it will look like that. But when on further investigation again, them go find out, say, it's not no ark.
Yes.
So, and as a matter of fact, there are a lot of flood stories in the Mayan culture. Yeah. In most cultures around the world, there's a lot of flood stories that equal up to that story in the Bible.
Yeah, I've heard that reasoning as well.
Yes.
And there are a couple errors in the Bible as we in the Western world know it, because even the Red Sea, the original transcript, it wasn't really a Red Sea, it's actually the Reef Sea.
Sea of reeds.
And it wasn't as deep as people think it you know.
Let me not go cross it, ready. Me go cross it, me sail upon it.
I invite you to, there's a book that has been, is a culmination of 20 odd years of research by a Jew who became born again, who have identified every flaw in the translations as we know them, whether it be the King James and the you know, the New King James or the Living Bible or the Message, whatever. And he has come up with a book called the One New Man Bible. I haven't gotten a copy of it as yet. I saw him do an interview and he said there are a couple errors well in the entire Bible. Because, for example, in Matthew chapter 17, verse 17 to 21, that talks about the man who had the son with leprosy. And then bring them to the disciples, and the disciples them couldn't heal him. And then them bring him to Yeshua. And Yeshua cast out the demon. After the man gone about in business, the disciples them come to Jesus and ask him down in verse 21 and thereabouts, how come we couldn't cast out this particular demon? And said this kind cometh up but by prayer and fasting. That is in the King James, and when you check the NIV, them cut it off from about verse 20 or there, but that is not there.
But Mark, they cut off to them.
I have done several search of different translations, and what most of the people who spend time studying, they say no matter how sweet the other translation sound, the closest thing to the original Hebrew and Greek translation is the King James. But even then, the King James have a error or two.
Not error R2.
No, it has errors. You know, it is translated by man, commissioned by King James, as we know.
I refer you to a book in the Bible of Bibles. I will refer you to that book, the Bible of Bibles.
The Bible of Bibles. Yeah, I'm gonna get it. So I am acknowledging that in the different translations there are errors, and also, and this is something I don't hear you mention too often. a lot of the so-called different denominations within so-called Christendom. I don't call myself a Christian. I call myself a servant of the Creator, a son of God. Because the Christendom is a Greek thing, it's a Roman thing.
That's why they used to call Europe before it named Europe.
Yeah, so it is not necessarily in my revelation at this point in time the accurate thing. The accurate thing is to be a servant of the Creator. Now, as far as I'm concerned, you know, the translations were done by a lot of certain denominations, which are just tributaries of the original thing. They're the same Roman Catholic thing. Marcus Garvey himself was a Roman Catholic, was he not?
Well, he grew up in a Roman Catholic situation. I don't know if he was a Roman Catholic, but he grew up in a Roman Catholic situation. I grew up in a Roman Catholic situation, you know. I was Christian in Roman Catholic Church.
Yeah, I remember. No, Tafari McConnell has always made reference to the Bible.
Yes.
So he follows
not glory in the Bible. Same glory in the Bible.
Yeah, he follows teachings of the Bible.
Yes.
So, it says to me that he was able to identify truths in the Bible.
But I never tell nobody to appear line of the Bible, though, you know. I never come out in my brains and say, appear line of the Bible. Because you have messages that you can live by in the Bible.
Muta, that's why I'm very deliberate in talking this way. Because what you have done, you know, you have focused more on the elements that have been very distasteful to you, and because you have spent a lot of your energies enunciating those, there are a lot of people now who just going to get a totally overall impression that may go in the wrong direction. I'm not saying that some of the things that you are saying is not true. I listen to you very, very keenly, you know, because I'm not here to get into debate and who for point. I listen for truth. I listen for here. I know that when I listen to your heart, is a man who seek truth. You seek truth so much that you travel the world and you incur the necessary heat and cold and all these different difficulties to prove the information that you have read. You're a man who read a lot to prove a lot of things, and that is your quest in life, to find truth. So I identify that in you, and I respect that. No, at the same time, I don't necessarily swallow everything that you may say, hook, line, and sinker.
But I never like you that. I never want you to do that because I may eventually change tomorrow.
Yeah, man. No, but you see, if I'm going to be having a certain level of wisdom, I can't throw the baby with the bathwater. There's no one individual that prophesies the entire whole, you know.
Yeah, we all have some stick up in. Remember, I said the Bible is a collection of books, you know.
Absolute.
Yeah, so but because you accept one book, you have to accept the other. There's 66 books in the Bible. Not because you accept 10 books out there, you must accept the 56 the others.
No, I have read all kind of books, and I believe that the Bible is one of the more accurate books of all books.
But accurate for what? Accuracy in what sense of the word you're talking about accuracy?
All right, for one, a lot of the principles that are in the Bible, as you said, you'll find them in Egyptian books that were there long before that.
Yes.
You agree with that?
Yes.
But on the other part, for example, there's a debate about who wrote the Torah, the first 5 books.
Yeah. But the debate don't know. I know Moses write it. The debate don't.
No, but you see, even when I was doing my research a couple of years back, I have always heard that some of the books that them claim is Moses writing, they said no, it's more Job for writing.
No, I never hear about no Job. You're right. What is the latest thing in the theological colleges now? Them have a J, them have a E, and them have a P. These are letters that them use now to describe the different parts of the Bible that was written in different times.
Yeah.
But not necessarily from the same person.
By the person.
Yeah, so them have J. Like the book of J. I don't know if you ever see the book of J yet.
No.
Alright, them have a book in the book of J. And them show you that in the beginning of the Bible, there's 2 things there that is talking about 2 different creation stories.
The gap period.
Yeah, so them attributed to a letter, which them not giving it the name, but them explain the letter to you. But you can't find out about them things. But what may I say?
No, Google it.
Yeah, what may I say now is that in the Deuteronomy, if you read the last part of Deuteronomy,
that
alone show you say it's not Moses write it.
Yeah, because Moses is dead.
Yeah, and then now, my argument, which I have tried to get from a lot of people, is how is Moses writing this thing and he's writing in the third person?
Yeah, in other words, and Moses went over and Moses write it.
Yeah, and Moses do this and Moses do that. And Moses is writing himself out of the story.
Yeah,
so obviously it's not Moses who write it, because nobody writes an autobiography or a journey of his life in the third person. That is
so the
illogical and
substantive
irrational.
point that you have brought out, Muta, is that even though the substances and the principles that are within the Bible may have some positive impact on our lives, there are certain information that is still not yet correct, is need to be established and proven as to who the respective authors are.
Not only proven,
what you are saying.
Not only proven, but if something is inspired by God and you don't know who write it, or you know that it is inspired by God.
Yeah, fair enough. But you see,
because mystery. Bob Marley is inspired by God, Luciano is inspired by God. Who is not inspired by God?
Question asking. You have gone to the Vatican and all these places, and you have gotten evidence of the Black Christ.
Yeah, we see them have not only in the Vatican City, we see them in
all in Russia. Beneath them have a lot of collections.
Pangore Island, them have a Black Madonna in one of the church. Gore Island is one of the slave ports them in a city.
Right.
Yes.
So the point I'm bringing out is that there's no what is it now? There's no smoke without fire. There's some substance there, but maybe the context and the extent to which it has been conveyed in the Western world has been a little bit off. But the substance of it in the main is correct.
I can tell you something. Thou shalt not kill. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. I could have never fight against that. I could have never, in my right sense, say, thou shalt not kill a foolishness. Or, as a matter of fact, I carry thou shalt not kill even further in an extent. I've said, not even an animal you must kill.
I carry further than that.
All right. So, we know how we are carrying them. So, what may I say now?
Killing is not just by the knife or the gun, you know.
No,
they can use your mouth and murder a person behind the back, because most so-called witchcraft,
and bad mind and all them thing there.
No, not only that. A lot of the occultic practices is incantations and speaking a person's name when them talking.
Yeah,
they can put a curse on a man, you know.
Yeah,
they can kill a man with their mouth, you know.
Yeah, well,
continue.
All right, so we say that I could have never fight against messages like that. That's why I say it's the message we work with, you know. So you say we could work with the message. All right. You see, when people have a message and them don't know the origin of the message and them give the message credence in relationship to at the point where him know it, and you come now and you show him, say, but that message was there from longer time. Because him want to accept and believe that what him believe as this message is the new situation, and you try to say, but it was there before this thing say. Before the person who you hear say it, that message was there long ago. And him now, you know, not you, you know, is him now start to tell you, say, you're an idiot. Because when I say on the radio, you know, I never tell a man say my idiot, you know. Is I attack said this is a new message now, that these things was written before the time when you said, and a man I say, that boy, if you come off of the radio, you know, you're blaspheme against God and a blaspheme against this and a blaspheme against that. And I say, it's like the gear.
They have become subjective and not objective.
Yeah, it's like the gear rights thing, you know. It's like the gear thing, you know. It's like the gear thing. You're there, you know, and you say, all right. You know, not nothing with gear and all them something. You know, cuss gear, you know, you don't say you know nothing with it, but them
no one tomorrow morning you say you're a murder gear.
Yeah, is that me I say no. Alright, so me I say no, within the context of my years upon this program here, what I have tried to do is to show a next way of looking at these things and go to the origin, the root. So you go to the root. But whenever you go to the root and you leave out the part, the branch, people are say the root no make no sense, because them start learning from the branch.
Yeah.
Them start see the fruit when it are ripe, you know, them not see the fruit from it was a seed. And you say, but this is where all of that come from.
Yes.
So them start to tell you about Jesus now, and you say, but Jesus Christ is there, you believe that, but you know, the reality of it is this. Nobody know this man. Nobody know when the man born. Nobody know when the man dead. That is the hallmark of existence, you know. The hallmark of existence is knowing when you born and maybe knowing when you die.
Yes.
Yes.
And that is why this particular man that I mentioned that has written the new Bible, he actually went back to the original manuscripts of the Hebrew and in instances the Greek and did all of the translations and did all the necessary research to ensure that what he translated was sound and correct, called the One Newman Bible.
Have you ever heard me play a documentary where this man in England is now showing you that the New Testament was written by a Roman family?
I heard a play, I never listened to it fully, but it was actually discounting a lot of what was being ascribed unto the New Testament. I remember you playing it. I never listened to it.
Well, there's evidence. I don't know. I just tell you information. There's evidence to show that the New Testament was not written by the authors that the Bible says was written, but it was written by a Roman family. And this Roman family now is what give us this idea, these ideas.
So these are the original Greek manuscripts that they are using to prove this argument.
Me?
No, this documentary is saying that the original Greek manuscripts.
I'm going to find it. All right, I'm going to look for the documentary for me thing here, so when me have here, so and say it out to you. That's
because we have to go beyond the King James and all these current translations. We have to go back to the original manuscripts.
Yeah.
We have to go back to the Hebrew for the Old Testament, and we have to go back to the Greek for the New Testament. You understand?
If you go to the Greek for the New, all right. You see, the Old and New Testament is also a misdemeanor too, you know, because the Christians are called the Hebrew book Old Testament, you know. All right. So the Christians call the Hebrew book Old Testament because them say no, where them having Jesus is the New Testament. But if you say the New Testament, there's no time that the New Testament was written in Hebrew. It was
Greek.
It was Greek. So what we recognize, you know, that most of the arguments in the New Testament is derived from Greek thinking and Greek colonialism. I can say Greco-Roman colonialism. In other words, just like how we speak English, we think in English, and our logics come from English. So these people who was colonized by the Greco-Roman system is thinking and speaking in the language of the colonizers to the point where all of the ideas, the religious ideas that was permitted in the Greco-Roman society came down into Christianity. So that the belief system in Christianity is Greco-Roman ideas that was not thrown away by the colonizers, but was engrafted into their culture. So the Jews engraft Greco-Roman ideas in them culture, and it came out to be what we call now Christianity. But most of the Christian ideas is coming from Greco-Roman idea. It has nothing to do with a historical point. It has something to do with how the colonizers view themselves in the colonial country, in Israel, in Jerusalem, whatever them call it, and how the Greco-Roman ideas.
And that is why, Muta, in my own journey, what I have found heavily weighed upon my conscience is to make a cross-reference or a linking. Anything that I read in the New Testament, if I cannot find a foundation for it in the Old Testament, or what we now come to call the Old Testament, then there is a problem. So what I've done, I've gone through most of the New Testament and made the necessary links and cross-references. And yes, you will find errors. For example, in Mark chapter 11, verse 22, I think thereabouts, the translation says that if you have faith in God, Yeah? And then it comes down there after the verse finishing and says, if you have faith as small as a mustard seed, you can say to this mountain, be thou cast into the sea.
Yes.
And if you do not have doubt or have unbelief, you shall have what you say. Now, you see the original translation is
the original translation from which language?
The original Greek, right? Which can be connected back to the Old Testament. It is if you have the same faith like God. It's a total different thing because some of these things were deliberately distorted because when the Bible was commissioned to be translated, they couldn't afford for the common man to get a hold of some of these concepts. Some of these things were deliberately twisted, you know.
We can use the same idea as the word virgin.
Yes.
And how the Greeks say virgin and how the Christians now say virgin.
Yes.
But the point is now, you make a statement that's where we really want a clarification is because what you do now, as a Christian-minded person...
No, I'm not a Christian.
No, I never say you're a Christian. I say Christian-minded.
Yeah, man, I'm a child of God.
No, I never say you're a Christian, you know, brethren.
Yeah.
I say, what you're doing as a Christian-minded person...
Fair enough, honestly.
...is to read the New Testament and try to connect it with the so-called Old Testament with your Christian mind. So the logics... You continue your logics from the New Testament into the Old Testament, which don't necessarily mean say when the man who was writing it in the Old Testament was connecting something with the New Testament. That is why the Jews who hold fast to the Old Testament don't connect with the New Testament like how most people would want them to connect, because they don't say that because something was said in the New Testament, it have a relationship with the Old Testament, other than the writer who is writing it in the New Testament is making the validity, it making more valid what he's saying in the New Testament by referring it to something in the Old Testament. So when somebody read it now, them can say, but see there, it fulfilling in the New Testament, you know, whether it's not the Old Testament, fulfilling in the New Testament, because see the writer say it and him refer to that. Like a man say Emmanuel. When him say Emmanuel, him say Isaiah, they say Emmanuel, you know, and see it now, it comes in the New Testament. Not knowing, say the man who is writing it is trying to validate his writing ability.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, and relate it to the Old Testament. Which
if you're forensically dissecting the word, you see, you're going to be mindful of the interpretation and the truth within it. If you're really seeking truth. Because, for example, Matthew chapter 4, from about verse 1 come down, when Jesus went into just after John baptized him, Jesus went into the wilderness to fast and pray. And him say the devil come now to come tempt him. I'm say, see them stones there, since they are the Son of God, turn them into food, you know. And man say, it is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeded from the mouth of God.
Yes.
No, that is coming directly from Deuteronomy, if I'm not mistaken, it's Deuteronomy either 1 or 8, somewhere there.
So the man who was writing that was regurgitating something him reading at Deuteronomy.
Yeah, but it is said that what that story was pointing out to the believer is that the wisdom principles of God, you know, must be your main guide in life.
Yes,
and you can't make the little nuances of life now come take you off track.
Yes.
Because if you allow that now, you're going to get a beating. And that basically, when you go back to the old, one of the things I do, you know, is to read the entire Bible, read the Old Testament, read the New Testament, do the meditation, do the reflection, and go back over it and go back over it and go back over it and try to find if there's any foolishness. You understand what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, we're not trying to prove, say, yeah, the Bible wrong or right, you know. You have to have some amount of wisdom within yourself to can identify foolishness whenever foolishness is presented.
Discerning, they call it. Discerning.
Yeah, so a lot of people, even people within the church, they just hook and line and sinker, just gobble down anything you said to them. No. Yes, you said something years ago on your program. You must ask questions.
Yeah, but
you must ask questions.
But you man must ask questions and say the Bible that you don't need to ask no question. It's the Bible that.
No. But it's the Bible have errors in it.
But it's the word of God can't have error.
No. The translations have a lot of errors in it.
God in his wisdom would not allow a man to translate the Bible and put error.
No, the substance of the translations carry some amount of positive weight on society, but there are errors in it, there are flaws in it.
No, but I am saying to you,
I understand, you are pointing out to me what they are saying.
God in his wisdom would never allow his holy book to be contaminated with men who don't know what they're doing, because it is an holy book. It cannot have mistakes and error in it.
And there are some other deliberate things, you know, that are being covered up from the seminary schools.
Yes.
I didn't physically meet this man, but I see this man on the cable a lot, on the internet a lot. This is a man who, and this is going to shock you. This is a man who, for 9 months straight, his testimony is that he was cooled by the Spirit of God for 9 months straight. Every day at a particular time, the Spirit entered his home and showed him that a lot of what is being taught in the seminaries is totally wrong. The word reverend must never be ascribed unto nobody but God. And yet we're calling all the men them reverend. So the only thing you should call him is shepherd that would feed the flock.
And they call him father too.
And he shouldn't really call him pastor like his cow you're dealing in the pasture. He's shepherd.
No, but pastor, wait a hold on, man. The pastor and the pasture is two different words.
Yeah, what he's saying, the word pastor should not be used. In other words, if you understand in word science, because he's in John chapter 1.
Why you shouldn't use the word pastor?
Because the concept is about shepherding the flock, as opposed to cows, which feeds on a pasture.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I'm not quoting the full depth of it because several years ago. But one of the reasons why I listened to this man, he had the testimonies and he had the signs and wonders backing up his ministry, where he points out a lot of the flaws in the modern day church and Christianity, where he said that if the church does not have signs and wonders following it, there's a problem. If you are truly supposed to be a vessel of the Almighty, you're supposed to be able to do certain things that the word speaks of, and this man had those signs and wonders following him. A lot of what is being called tithes and offering, and this is why the secular has a problem with tithes and offering, because in Luke 23 thereabouts it says that the weightier matters of the law, we don't pay attention up to that. You know, the whole business of loving your brother and sowing to the poor and helping. But we're focusing on this pharisaical, legalistic thing about tithes. He's not saying that tithes is not a part of your walk with the Christian, but the extent to which the churches pay attention to it.
Well,
that is why it causes the secular man to say, see, the church is wrong, wicked.
Well, did you know
all they want their money.
In America now, them have ATM machine in the church.
Yeah, we understand that. So the whole thing has become commercialized. No, I know that. I know of that.
Yeah, ATM machine in the church. You see that come out of Jamaica. That's who come out of Jamaica.
And one last thing. Leviticus chapter 11 verse 7 says that this is the swine, thou shalt not eat it because it is unclean to you. Why is it that every time a person is ill and goes to the hospital, even the very Western doctors, some of the first things that take care of is the very things that the Bible says you must eat. And yet the people them come out and gone back to eating these things.
I never know them give people pork in hospital.
No, if you have a problem and you're going to hospital, the doctors recommend that not only they cut out the pork, but a lot of stuff that
they must cut it out. Yes, cut it out.
No, you must stop eating all of these if they're going to help you to get better. They cut you off from eating all of these things that we take for granted. You normally say you take your teeth and dig your grave. No, I don't totally subscribe to not eating meat. I know that at the end of the day, if I had everything that I want planted in my backyard or my little land here and there, I can easily do without meat, because some of the best burgers are veggie burgers.
Well, look at it from a humanistic perspective rather than a health perspective. We have to move though.
Yeah, the killing.
Yeah, we have to move, yeah?
Blessed love.
All right, give thanks. Yes. Go on. Yes, cutting edge. You know, a conversation there a while ago, it's one of them conversations where we really hope for, because if you notice me on this version attack, me never raise my voice and him never raise him voice. I'm never there for you to say, hold on, let me tell you something like, you know, listen to me I say, no, there was never a time when them words come up in my mouth. Usually I talk to a man and You try to say something to him and him not listen to you. He might listen to him radio, this and that, and it not get civil. And me make my blood pressure go up and all them time there. You know, me reach a stage though, me not really want my blood pressure go up, you know, because GPS I make it go up too much already. Much less we come here so to make it go up. But me and him a reason for about half hour, and a reason, and we not shout at no one another, and me not hang up the phone upon him, even though it take long, and me and him a reason, and we have put cross the points, them and them thing there. You call it civil conversation, civil. You know what is civil? Alright. Because you know, if this is a civil conversation, why am I so now? Yes, cutting edge.
Yes, greetings, Muta.
Blessed.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you know, the problem with chasing up, we think back to the Hebrew scripture, you know, it's limited. You know, even as myself, when I just started shedding Rasta, you know, they went back to the scriptures because that's very comfortable with, you know. But you see even further now, as I say, we look forward to Egypt, Africa, what we say.
Chemita Ethiopia, you start look for.
Yeah, you know, that there for the Hebrews actually get to them things from, because you never see them own text. You see where the idea of this divine kingship, because in Ethiopia and Kemet, they got it when Abraham met this man who he called Melchizedek. You know, at that time, at the earth, only the African people had that idea where you had the king who was divine.
Yes, yes.
And that's because of actually Precious Samuel has them set up a system.
Yes.
Similar to what they had in Melchizedek, which was what the African people had.
Yes.
And even when you check it closer, you know, when I check the story of the family Kebanegas, talk about the Ark of Covenant coming back to Ethiopia. When you check the original history, you just see that the Khufu's chamber, there's a box there in the pyramid from Egypt, when it's coming from the Ethiopian idea, that is an exact precursor to the Ark of the Covenant.
Alright, you know about the... Hello?
Yeah, man, I'm here.
You know about the... Is what that?
I don't know.
Alright. You know about the Ashanti stool?
Yeah, man, no, but Ashanti stool, man.
The Ashanti stool symbolizes the same thing to the Ashanti with the Ark of the Covenant symbolized to the Hebrews.
Yeah, man.
It's the same story around it where it come from the sky, given to a chief, a god. But the point is why I make it, you know, relating. It's where I go on with this thing.
I hear okay.
Yeah, you hear that little thing?
No, we're not hear that.
All right. Where may I try to say in relationship to Haile Selassie that you see the story where you just said that the Africans were the first people them to see them king as divine.
Yeah.
That is what Rasta don't know, you know. But guess what Rasta don't know? Rasta associated with the same Judeo-Christian mindset to validate it. Which it don't really need to be validated through a Judeo-Christian mindset. Because it stands by itself before Judeo-Christianity did exist. Where the emperor was divine.
And even the symbol of the lion, if you check on the desert in Egypt, you see the symbol of the lion represents the king was even there from them.
From them time there.
We don't even need the Bible for the Lion of Judah. The Lion of Jesus is there, you know.
Yeah, it's what you see, because we have to validate that even Ethiopia, you know. One asks a question and I ask it all the while, you know. How is it that an ancient country like Ethiopia validates itself to a peripheral argument that happened in a place named Palestine in Israel? How is that possible? That it is an ancient country, you know. Before there was any Judaism, Hebrew, or what so, there was Ethiopia. Yet still, we now use that, and the Ethiopians use that to validate them emperors. My argument is that we don't need to validate our emperor, Haile Selassie, through Judeo-Christianity, because this idea and this concept existed long before Judeo-Christianity exists. So when a man call upon Jesus, the only reason why I call upon Jesus is the insecurity of not recognizing that the logic that is used in the divinity of the one, of the emperor, the pharaoh, is something that was used thousands of years before this argument about Jesus. Or them get Jesus to be divine. Because them create a concept of God outside of this Jesus. For sure you say, this is what you is. This is who you are. We as Ethiopians and Kemetic people recognize that in the emperor long time. Long time.
You know, I tend to say we need to look for our text, look outside of the outside of the Bible. That's why we have to respect people like Ashley Rogers, who when him look into the Bible not do it. Him write theme one thing.
Yes.
Him write TB. We actually
then the man the first time we asked them you have them own Bible, man.
Yeah, man, the TB where Ashley Rogers do create a change within the whole the thing.
Yeah.
Petersburg, we never come ready the Royal Apartment School now.
Yes.
See them own about text, they liberate black people.
Yes, it might use for them own logic to redefine what is it that them can do to liberate black people consciousness. So them create them own thing.
Yeah, liberating at this earlier, you know?
Yes, yeah, man.
But part of my duty, Muta, happy bring out the story of I father, the Rastafari people, and the who set the foundation for this. So I can look for I own text, I own things instead of going back to the Bible who have a irrelevant history.
Yes.
So I share something with the idea we call the hope of the race. So I said,
alright, give thanks, Bridget. Give thanks.
These are the nanas and the dadas who set the pace.
Yeah.
The patriarchs, matriarchs, who play the case. Secure of the future, the hope of the race. And these set the foundation and these build the base. Because these are the nanas and the dadas who set the pace. The patriarchs and the matriarchs who play the case. Secure of the future, the hope of the race. And these set the foundation and these build the base. He must take the greatest man from the dawn of time. Akesenan and Nefertiti is reign refined. Then came the intruders who make Africa rewind. But to see and tacky, bookmark some sharp and nanny. Fight so hard against slavery so tell them help any. Prince Hall stood tall and rekindle African Freemasonry. George Lila Moses Baker generate no African Baptist missionary and Alexander Bedward was a revolutionary shepherd who led many. These are the nanas and the dadas who set the pace. The patriarchs and the matriarchs who play the pace. Secure the future, the hope of the race, and these set the foundation, and these build the base. Now, Robert Ashley Rogers, you with the Garvey and the Holy PD. Valentine Petersburg, you with the Royal Apartment School of Black Supremacy. These two books helped inspire Leonard P. Howell Promiscuity and other early leaders like Robert Hines and Archibald Dunkley. Joseph Botany Libert started the preaching of his divine majesty. Rastafari probably wouldn't be without Malimu, Marcus, Messiah Garvey, even though he tried to discredit Rastafari and even disrespect his divine majesty. Agang Bungu Maharaj first established the Rasta liberty. Now these are the nanas and the dadas who set the pace. The patriarch and the matriarchs who play the case. Secure the future, the hope of the race. And these are the foundation, and these be the base. Now Prince Emmanuel, Cyrus, Bonaji, Valentine, and Yad all played a part in irritating the trad. Rogers and Petersburg, Garvey, Howell and Henry worked with the wife they had. So Miriam, Lula May, Amy, Tehen, Edna are the matriarchs who led in the trad. Eden Haile Selassie and Empress Menin, teaching good over bad. Sam Brown, Plano, Bob and his team did make a start. Bongo Rocky and Baby I, Issa J, Ivy and Ivy, Bongo Tani and Time all played a part. Free Eye, Jerry, Habu, Elite, Isis, Miguel, Muta, Mitzi and Gary I touch the people them heart. Now these are the nanas and the dadas who set the pace. The patriarch and the matriarch who play the pace. Secure the future, the hope of the race, and these the foundation, and these the base.
Yeah, man. Give thanks, Bridget. Give thanks.
Yeah,
yes. Okay, so it gone, the sound gone now when you turn on that. Alright. Next call. Alright, go on now. Yeah, this is the cutting edge, you know, say, little more we will be back here from 2 to 5:45 with the stepping razor, the art of war. And you know, it's a router. Ruta look like you have to come in next week, you know, because you could have deal, you know, we are go back to Africa next week, you know. Yes, you could have deal. If you don't hear, we're gone to Africa again, you know. Oh, we're not ease up with Africa, you understand? Okay. We are playing this tune for Sly and Robbie. Believe you me, we are playing for Sly and Robbie. 1, 2, 3, kick. Yes, that's what the tune name. 1, 2, 3, kick, yes. Yeah. Don't let me start the tune I know there, you know. Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, man. Speak, man.
Yeah, man. You hear me?
Yeah, me I hear you.
Yeah, this me have. Who there? Woman test kiddos. Ayabuki.
Hold on. Where you talk? Where you say?
American, I talk to my brother.
No word right now, American, no go so, man.
Yeah?
Where you say? Where the word where you translate it in English with me here from American?
Yeah, man, I read the I, man, in the most and the mystic one.
That's what you just say in American?
Yeah, man.
All right, go and talk.
Yeah, but that's why my voice to be heard, man, saying.
Oh, you just want your voice be heard?
Yeah. This thing where we are talking about is God thing. We need to understand the full concept of this thing. Because watch out now. Now, I are God, you know. And the woman, them are the goddess, you know. Because watch out now. A man can't be with Mercury. So
why a woman can't be God? Why a woman can't be God?
No, man, I say she a goddess.
Why? Why she's a goddess and not God?
Because I are the God, man. I are the king, man.
Then she and I too.
When she and I come together.
No, she and I are not she are not and I. So why is the sister not I? Why is she not I?
You can put her as that, yes,
No, put her. What do you mean put her? It sounds like some little thing you throw around the place. Why a woman cannot be God?
Oh, well, as may I say, she had a goddess.
No, I know you say that. I know what you're saying. I am asking you something else. Why a woman cannot be God? That's what I'm asking you.
Yeah, it's not a big thing right now.
You know why?
Yeah, mother.
Because we genderize God. We genderize God. So God, to most of us, is E.
Nah, man. To most of them, not to... Watch out, that's
God E. Then why you say the woman is goddess and not God?
That's why I now come to know me. I say that title. That's why I don't want to go around.
No, that may answer why the title God is only related to E.
Okay, we get the whole concept where you really try. So, but I may say that for them Christian ideology.
No, but you're Christian ideology too. But you're Christianity make you say that too.
Well, true.
Our Christian thinking make you say that too.
Yeah. Cause I grew up in a them thing, but me not go brand myself as them. I grew up in a them thing. Me not go tell you that.
Yes. But I put it out to you know why a woman can't be God? Why she have to be goddess?
Yeah, but you really have a point, man. Me not go around.
Okay, sir. All right, sir. Yeah, I'm glad you see.
I just true. I see them ideology.
Yeah. We just are used for them thing.
True. Cause to me, you know, here my opinion is. My opinion is, you know, the mystic is not like me and you. You understand? The thing will make the whole world move and the whole universe and the Milky Way or whatever could never be like you and I. So
why can't be like you and I? Why can't be that?
The mystic no need.
No, but you keep saying mystic or something you know you can't explain, you know. Why it can't be like that? Why is not I create the heaven and the earth?
No, I would have to exist before it then.
Then I must exist before. Then I exist before it.
So you.
No, I never said about no you. I never said about no you. I talk about you.
So you said the I exist before.
Then the I don't exist before. I was before creation.
The mystic within I, the mystic that is embedded in I now, which is
you mean the mystic embedded in I?
Well, I know the Christian then call it the soul.
Yeah, where the I call it? So where the I call it?
We call it the mystic that is embedded in I.
So why not say soul? Then why not say soul? You just try to be different from Christian. If I the same thing you talk about, why not just say soul then? Well, you try to be different from Christian and the same thing.
We'll put it that way. But So you is a man like this, you understand? And the people who listen to your program are some people, are some high people, so we really have to talk to them things. But if you want, he's a man I always listen to, you know. You understand? He's not a man who I know, but me acquainted with you. He's a man who used to say I work there and who used to do security work and things. But anyway, the point when we really are trying to give this. We need to come to the world. We as black people, we need to come to the world self. You understand? And know the whole thing. You understand? The sun don't need no help. The moon don't need no help. The day don't need no help. Such the night don't need no help. Which is, the day and the night is one place. People need to know all them things at all. You understand?
But you need to know to the dog if I make too much noise behind you there.
True.
On the radio.
Yeah. I don't think I use that, but the point of ancestral.
Yeah, me hear the point.
See, it's a whole heap of mystic thing to the thing.
Yeah.
So we don't need to have mix of the thing. Because where the sweetness come out of our cane. So when I say, where the sourness come from and out our line. Simple example, you know. You understand?
So where the sourness come from?
Well, I don't know.
It come from the lime juice, man. Where the lime juice it come from, man?
Yeah, but where the sourness, what create that sourness tonight?
Well, it's certain chemicals come together in the juice that make it sour. Where you laugh at?
Well, what's laugh, man?
Why you laugh? Tell me why you laugh.
Because you reason with me like a kid now, because me I tell you where it comes from. Remember, I know, you plan
No, but you are reason like you a kid. I know me I make it sound like you are a kid. Are you are reason like a kid? You have me say, nobody don't know where the sourness come from. Me I tell you the sourness come from the juice.
Okay.
Then you ask me know where the juice come from.
No, they make shut them thing, man.
Yeah, that the juice come from the fruit. But why things sour, like you have apple with down sour and you have lime with sour, is the different chemicals that make up the juice that interact with certain things and make the thing sour. You can separate the different chemicals in it, you know. Well, you don't want to say chemical, but you can extract the different properties in the juice to make other products too.
Yeah, man, chemistry, man, that's what I see.
You know what we are talking about, chemistry.
That is why I'm glad to start studying chemistry.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So there's no mystery. Why I say that to you is that there's no mystery that surround that. You are trying to make it into a mystery, but there's no mystery. Mystery will come because you can't explain something. That is why people say mystery, you know, the thing is a mysterious. Mysterious thing come from people who can't explain what is happening. So them give it over to some supernatural thing, or to some thing where them can't explain. Them say it's a mystery that, you know, so the thing does stand up by itself, a mystery. Alright, sir. Anyway, we have to move here now because the time ago. Here, sir?
Yeah, man. Blessed, man.
Blessed, man. Give thanks to listen them over there too. Give thanks to listen them over there.
Yeah, man. You're the man I love listening.
And wait, sir. Your digital phone.
Yes, the people like, you know, I love listening because it's when you hear, you know, electrodynamics working on my body.
You're the big word there. You're the big word there. Electrodynamics.
Yeah?
You're the big word, you know, electrodynamics.
And the thing is, I'm angry when I start go school, I never go to college.
Alright.
Yeah, Muta.
Yeah, man, give thanks, man. Yeah, the man use a big word there. I bet Brian don't even know what electrodynamics is. Don't know what electrodynamics. All him know is cartel. That's all him know about. Yes, cutting edge.
Peace and love.
Blessed man.
Muta.
Yes, sir.
Yes. I wanted to call and join in from one of them conversations there. What I have with some of them people there before. One of the things I want to talk to you about is the Bible.
Look like it's the topic for the night.
Yeah, it seemed that way. So, being that is the topic for the night, might as well just continue with it.
Just continue, yes.
Yeah. You know, sir, Muta, it's every time in my life, I move away from the Bible, Muta. the find is a mysterious force put me back on the path of the Bible. Right?
But what is that? What is this mysterious force that you talk of?
No, but when I say mysterious force, you know, I can't tell you what it is because to me it's a mystery. Because every time I...
So it could have been something terrible I put you back there then? It could have it can be something terrible I put you back there?
Yeah, it could be. I don't know what it is, but I go back there.
Yes.
But this is what I have to do. Alright. I'm going to express an idea to you. What if the Bible is a book that is just pure code? All it is code. So in order for you to read the code and understand the code, you need a key. Now, when the Europeans thief that book, they never get the key.
Who them thief it
for them interpret it and express it to us how them believe it is or how it should be.
Alright, wait, stick up in.
Yeah.
The Bible is a whole heap of different books put together, you know.
Yes.
Alright. So
I agree.
The so-called New Testament. The so-called New Testament. Where you say what if it did have a code as a key? The New Testament was written by Greco-Roman thinking. It's people who was in the Greco-Roman thinking write it.
No, but the ideas that are placed in the New Testament, Muta, these ideas far surpass the Greco-Romans. These ideas are coming in from the Roman teachers who were the Moors. Now you have to understand now, the Moors dominated the entire globe before the European even became civilized.
No, hold on, brother. You have the thing mixed up, man. You have the thing mixed up.
Alright, then come now.
Yes.
Let me unmix it.
Yes. The New Testament, before you did have Islam, you did have the New Testament, you know. The Moors were Muslims in North Africa. There was Africans who adopted the
No. Alright. When you talk about the Moors in Africa,
the Moors are the Mali people, the people in North Africa, from Morocco, from Mali, from Gambia, come down into Senegambia, go down. These are Tuareg with the same people who have a problem, you know. Them people.
All right. So hear me now, Muta. No, the Moors.
Yes.
When I use the word Moor, I talk about the Moorish kingdom. This Moorish kingdom spanned the entire globe, including North and South and Central America, going right across.
We have different things you talk about, Bridget. The Moors have nothing to do with the New Testament. The Moors have nothing to do with the New Testament.
So, Muta, how about this?
Yes.
I just give you a little bit of information. So now, before we debate a point and say they have nothing to do or something to do, right?
Yes.
We go and do some research on the Moors.
Yes.
The Moors.
Which Moors you talk about? Because you have some people in America who say them is Moors, you know. And you have the Maroon them. You have some Maroon who say them is Moors. And you have Westmoreland where them say there's Westmoreland. So
good. So make we understand how this word Moor is showing up all over the globe.
Spell it first. Spell the word first.
All right. M-O-O-R.
All right.
Or another spelling of the word is M-U-U-R.
All right. So we could talk about the M-O-O-R now. Yes.
All right.
Who were known as the Moors in history? The M-O-O-R-S. Moors. Who was known as the Moors in history?
But when you say history now, you're going into a perspective, and the history what we know is a European perspective.
No, but we're not talking about no European. We're not talking about no European perspective. You know, me say who were known as the Moors in history. Who were known as the Moors in history was referred to as the Moors, the black ones who were known
the
Africans. Where were they residing? Where did they reside?
All right, they reside in Europe, in Africa, and North and South America.
All right, Brethren.
All right. So no. When you can say, well, all right, you see the black Jesus and the black Madonna. Those are relics of the Moors.
Those are relics of Egypt. Those are relics of Egyptian society coming out of Kemet. That was called Kemet. The Black Madonna and Child is a symbol that was brought down from Egypt with the idea of Osiris, Horus, and Isis.
Right.
These are the Greek names for these Egyptian.
Those words are not Greek words.
Those
words are Kemetic words.
No, it's not. So them the name Kemetic in Kemetic language. Them never name Horus. What I'm saying to you that the idea, the Black Madonna and Child, is an idea that originated in Egypt with this goddess and god that them call Horus and Isis. So where the Moors come into that? Because we are talking about long before the argument about Moors now. The M-O-O-R-S.
You have to understand, so the M-O-O-R-S predates this Egypt that you're talking about.
Kemet, it predates Kemet?
Predate Kemet.
Where were these people that you talk about, the Moors?
No, but you have to understand, these people are the original indigenous people of the globe.
And they were called, who called them the Moors?
They call themselves the Moors.
No, where in the history you get that, brethren? Where in history you get that? That there was the Africans, them used to call themselves Moors.
No, we can. All right. First of all, Muta, when you use the word African, you're talking about European history.
Yeah, all right. The name Africa is not indigenous to Africa. Al-Kabulan is the name of them use. Right, so may I ask you a question now. What time in history did you have a set of people before Kemet did name the Moors? And where you get that from?
It look like me I forgot radio myself and call you.
So you never ready yourself to call me?
No, man, I'm up on the road, me there drive and I said no, man.
No, but if you come to me with some reasoning about the Moors, I would like you to substantiate your reasoning and tell me, because when I tell you about Kemet now, you say the Moors did it before Kemet.
Right.
So I ask you now, at what time in history, before Kemet, you did have a group of people named the Moors? I don't say never have them, you know. I never say never have them, you know. I'm opening my mind to what I say.
Right. But right now you just want some timeline. But as I say, right now, I don't have the timeline.
Well, if you don't have the timeline, you can't reason.
I'm not going to give you no erroneous information.
That's why I say no, you cannot reason logically for something where you know you can't validate it in relationship to what I say. Because I don't know of no Moors outside of the Moors that conquer Spain, conquer Granada for 700 years, and then in 1492, the king and queen of Britain decided they will run them out.
Okay.
So I know of the Moors in Morocco, I know of the Moors in Mali, in Timbuktu, and these places, and them go cross. Apart from Carthage, who was Hannibal, who go in Italy, cross the Alps, I know the Moors went into Granada in Spain, and them helped to create certain vibe, but them was Muslims. I don't know of Moors in South Africa. So you have to teach me that.
All right, but you heard of Moors in North and South America, though?
No. I know of Moors who call themselves Moors in America now.
Oh,
I know of black people. Yeah, I know a set of black people who is fighting for what we call land.
Right, sovereignty
in America that call themselves the Moors.
All right.
And I've been amongst them.
All right.
Yes.
So where are you going to? This is the first time I call in.
Okay, sir. Give thanks.
And I just have to call in for those.
Call in again, man. When you not drive. Yes. All right, bless it. Give thanks.
All right, bless it.
Yes. Yeah, this is the Cottonage and IRFM. You know, say, it's time last now. My boy not sleep tonight at all. Him depend on him computer. Hey, you see that computer thing there? Believe you me. Because we know, if you never have that, you would sleep, you know. If you never have that, you know, say at 3 minutes to 2 o'clock. All right. One thing. Talk quick. Yes.
Yeah, Nicodemus there, you know.
Nicodemus.
Yeah, man, you don't know that the name there now.
Alright, talk.
Real things from the Moors, you know, brother. The Moors, they are more Muslim.
Yeah, we don't talk about that, and he might bring a different reasoning to me. So, I can't fight him because I don't know where I get him information from. I open my mind, you know. I open my mind. Would I like know?
You may ask, you worry about the tree of life?
You mean the plant where they are Jamaica?
No, man, I'm plant one place.
No, me hear about the tree of life in the Bible. Me hear about the tree of life in the Bible.
Yeah, but there was a sacred place in Venezuela.
A secret place in Venezuela with a tree named the Tree of Life.
The Tree of Life, and them have some the fountain of water. We said, look, as long as you reach that place and drink that water.
Yeah.
So you never agree or anything. You
never agree.
Right through.
All right. Well, you know, say I go Africa, 2 places in Africa, and them have some in a Lalibela. Them have a water there where them say if you can't have children and you go be in the water, you will get pregnant. And the same thing I find in a Gambia the other day too, where them say the water there, where the whole crocodile them in if you can end up in the water.
Ganga River.
No, Ganga River it name, but a Ganga River it name.
Yeah, but them say as long as they don't say you're pure.
No, well I don't know about the purity. Yeah, but I don't believe that.
No, well, them say that as long as you...
Yeah, me know, but me Mutabaruka...
connect yourself with the most side.
Yeah, but me Mutabaruka don't believe that.
Physically, say you can't go...
Alright, you're not listening to me and say no.
Get and go few man do it.
You're not listening to me and say no man no do it. No man no do it. You go in there, the alligator them damn you.
Yeah, but if you have with that...
I don't know no man will go in there so, because the first thing they tell me say, don't face the alligator, the crocodile, because they will attack you. Because they must feel threatened. Yeah, I'm not going into no place.
Why?
With 100 crocodile in it, because I'm not foolish.
Yeah, but you see, the most I make you want you to control everything.
No, Virgin, don't talk damn foolishness on the radio, man. If a man, you could have got in a little more. When me have my dog, my Ancestral dog, and it's my Rottweiler, and me train him to bite you, come in at the yard and see what happened to you. You could have got in a little more.
Hold on, you know, go Africa, what day, and you go, step alligators, and they never do nothing.
Because I did what the man tell me must do. If I never do it, tell me must do.
You control nature, right?
No, I don't control nature. Well, you know, we want some rain in Jamaica. Tomorrow, man, you pray and make rain come. Anyway, we have to move because we can't take them foolish, you know. You end the program with some foolish things, yes. The man end the program with foolish talk, you know. But we control nature. We control nature. You know what we want just now? A hurricane will come and blow some of our house at all. I don't know if we can't control the nature. It sounds like Albila. Because that Albila can prevent hurricane from coming to Jamaica. Anyway, give thanks to the program, give thanks to the time. My brethren sit up with me till 2 tonight. I must tell him boss them, say, him did stay with me till 2, even though he was on his cell phone most of the time. And his idea have to press the button them. For sure him say you can press one button and get callers from it. So last week, you might tell me that can't go so. So here we are now. Matrix in the house. We give thanks to Matrix. Matrix, you more and more look like Arab to me now, you know. And make sure say you get paid because the white tie no bomb and you come in and come blow up the place, you know. Where you don't get your money. The one look like Arab and look at him nose, man. The one look like Arab. If I want the color like Arab too, you know. We leave you over here. But the bag, the way you strap on your back, you know, we have to start watch it, you know. Start watch it. Anyway, as we are saying, we're going to there, little more families, from 2 to 5, 4 to 5. Brian, I will come back with me, I hope. And Ruta, will come back next week. Ruta! Tell Ruta, are you doing program tomorrow morning? Mm-hmm. Eh? Tell Ruta, say, Muta say, him have a job next week. You understand? So him better know him have a job next week. We're gone, you know, with this.